Krishna. Welcome back to our evening session. So, morning we were discussing about how Privrat Maharaj divided the one Bhumandala into 7 divisions and gave them to his 7 sons. Among the 7, the innermost one is Jambudvipa. It was given to Agnidra. That Jambudvipa is further divided into 9 divisions, which are known as 9 Varshas, being divided by 8 mountains, etc. And Bhagavatam elaborately explains about the opulence of Ilavurta Varsha, which is the centralmost island. Having explained about Ilavurta Varsha, it draws a contrast between Bharata Varsha and the remaining 8 Varshas. Bharata Varsha being Karma Bhumi, the other 8 Varshas are Bhauma Swarga, the Sarga on the level of earthly realm. Whoever, after completing heavenly enjoyment with the remainder piety, they'll come to one of these 8 racks of land. Then the people who are living there, they are also worshipping their worshipable deity. They are all shown. Now, Bhagavatam getting into Bharata Varsha specifically. Especially the 17th verse talks about the different mountains are there in Bharata Varsha. 18th verse talks about different rivers that are there in Bharata Varsha. They are simply names. Many of them which are in our experience. You can see Sayadri mountains, Vindhyachala mountains. Every mountain is there in that list. All the rivers also, including Narmada, etc. Ganga, Yamuna. And 19th verse talks about the activities of the people who are living in Bharata Varsha, basically the Varnashram Dharma. But in the purport to this verse, Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur takes references from various Puranas and talks about what Bharata Varsha is all about, what it is actually, what Bharata Varsha is. So we'll get into details every verse. So before that, Asmin eva varshe Purusher labda janmabhi Shukla lohita varna Krishna varnena Swarabdena karmana Divya manusha naraka gatayo Bhavya atmana Anurupayena Sarvahi eva Sarvesham vidhiyante Yata varna vidhanam apavarga cha api bhavati. So basically, as per one's activities in the mode of goodness, in the mode of passion, in the mode of ignorance, one gets the destiny in heavenly abodes or in the earthly realm or in the hellish abodes. Urdham gachanti sattva, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jaganna guna vrittisya ado gachanti tamasa. Basically that is the thing. Based on one's karma, that is which is called as punya or papa, one's destiny is determined. Eventually one will be able to get apavargascha api bhavati, liberation from Bharata Varsha. That is the essence. We'll read the translation also in future verses. So these are from references from Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's purport. So he quotes from Vishnu Puranam. He says that Bharatasasya Varshasya Navabedan Nishamaya. Then there are a couple of lines talking about the names. Ayam tu Navamastesham Dvipa Sagara Sambrutta Yojananam Sahasrantu Deepoyam Dakshinottarat. So we'll see what it is. In Bharata Varsha there are 9 islands. Bharatatyasya Varshasya Navabedan Nishamaya. That Bharata Varsha, whose width is about 9,000 yojanas, which is the southernmost part of the entire Jambudvipa, has 9 divisions. Bharatasyasya Varshasya Navabedan Nishamaya. There are 9 divisions in that Bharata Varsha. What are they? Indradvipa, Kaseru, Tamravarna, Babastiman, Saumya, Nagadvipa, Gandharva, Varuna. How many names are mentioned? So in the dotted lines, 2-3 lines are there. They are only referring to these 8 names. That's why I removed them. And the 9th, bordering the ocean, which is 1,000 yojanas from north to south, known as Bharata Varsha. The whole thing is Bharata Varsha, which is further divided into 9 parts. Ayam tu navamas tesham. Ayam means this one. Tu means but. Tu always is referred as something separately is going to be mentioned wherever it is. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam, etc. Ayam tu, but this one, the 9th division, navamas tesham, Dvipa Sagara Samruta, the 9th Dvipa, which is touching the ocean, Yojananam Sahasrantu, its width is 1,000 yojanas. Dvipo ayam Dakshina, Uttarat. The measurement is from south to north. The ninth Dvipa, the divisions are called Dvipas because they are separated by water. 8 names are given, the ninth name is not given. The ninth they are telling, I am tu. The ninth one, which is located on the southernmost part and whose width is 1000 yojanas from the north to south, it is given. So 2 times I am came, I am. That indicates the ninth one is actually known as Bharatavarsha. Though the entire Bharatavarsha divided into 9 parts, but the ninth one is actually known as Bharatavarsha. The ninth division is also called as Bharatavarsha. So for example, how to understand? In India, anything like that is there? Yeah, if you take a state, the capital of the state also the same name. Okay. Mexico, all of us cannot relate. Huh? No. Here local you take something. So for example, we have Goa. Goa, previously it was not state. What we call that? We have few cities. Territory. It is a territory. It is also capital of that entire territory. Not only Goa, adjacent to Goa, some other parts also part of the territory. So in that way. So the entire area is called Bharatavarsha. Among the entire area, the ninth part alone is also called Bharatavarsha. So in that way. So then further Vishnu Purana says, the ninth island bordering the ocean, which is 1000 yojanas from north to south, is called as Bharatavarsha. It is also called as Navadvipa. It is also called as Sudarshan Dvipa, some other places. We will get to know where it is called Sudarshan Dvipa. A person is limited to only one of these divisions for life. If a person is born in any of these 9 divisions, for one life, he has to stay in that one division only, cannot go to other division. Sagar Samruta means at the edge of the ocean. Maybe after a couple of slides, we show everything in terms of images, it becomes more clear. So now, the divisions with respect to the genealogical chart. So previously we have seen one chart about Privrat Maharaj, he has 2 wives, etc. The first son is Agnidra. Agnidra married Purvachitti. He begot 9 sons in Purvachitti. These are 9 sons. And they became the rulers of 9 Varshas of Jambudipa. So they are known as Nabi, Kimpurusha, Harivarsha, Ilavurta, Ramyaka, Hiranmaya. What Nabi did, what Agnidra did, he named 9 sons and he also named that particular area which was given to that son with the name of the son. The area which is given to Kimpurusha is known as Kimpurusha Varsha. The area which is given to Hari is known as Hari Varsha. Which is given to Ilavurta, it is known as Ilavurta Varsha, etc. The area which is given to Nabi, at that time it is known as Nabi Varsha. When it is given to Nabi, it is known as Nabi Varsha. Then what happened? Eventually Nabi married Meru Devi, the daughter of Mount Meru, and they both begot Lord Rishabdev as their son. It comes in the 3rd chapter. They performed a sacrifice, Lord himself appeared and they requested, Brahmanas requested, Lord, please appear as the son of this great king. The Lord Rishabdev appeared as their son. So eventually what happened in that chapter explains, once Indra became angry, he did not send forth any rains. But Lord Rishabdev is so powerful, he himself created rains for the people in general. So Indra was so much surprised. To appease Rishabdev, Indra presented one girl as the wife of Lord Rishabdev. That girl is Jayanti, given by Indra. Indra himself gives that girl to Rishabdev to appease him, so that he will not become more angry with Indra. So through her, Rishabdev begot 100 sons, all 100 wonderful sons. The eldest among the 100 sons is Bharata. Before going to that, Nabi begot Rishabdev. Okay. Rishabdev, at that time he was known as Ajnaba. Just like Pandu, Pandavas, Dhrashta, Dhartarashtas, Kunti, Kaunteya. Nabi, Ajnaba. Aja is the unborn Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as son of Nabi. So Later on, when Vrishabdev was ruling this tract of land, which was previously known as Nabi Varsha, became known as Ajnaba Varsha, because Ajnaba is ruling that land, so it became known as Ajnaba Varsha. So out of 100 sons, 81 sons became perfectly qualified Brahmanas, Karma Vishuddha Brahmanas. They wanted to become Brahmanas. 81 sons became Brahmanas. And 9 sons wanted to become Paramahamsas. They are Nava Yogendras, who comes in the 11th canto, first 4 chapters. So they are Kavi, Havi, Antariksha, Prabhuddha, people and etc. They are Nava Yogendras, very exalted, advanced devotees. And the eldest among all the 100 sons is, the first eldest son is Bharata, a great yogi with excellent qualities. Because of him, the Ajnaba Varsha is called as Bharata Varsha. First it was known as Nabi Varsha because of Nabi. Then it became known as Ajnaba Varsha because Lord Rishabdev. Then it became known as Bharata Varsha because of Bharat Maharaj. So this Bharat Maharaj married Panchajani and he begot 5 sons. It went ahead. That is no problem. So 81 plus 9, 90 plus 1, 91. Remaining 9 brothers are there. 9 brothers are Bharat Maharaj. They were known as Kushavarta, Ilavarta, Brahmavarta, Malaya, Ketu, Bhadrasena, Indrasbruk, Vidarbha, Kikata. They ruled the 9 islands of Bharata Varsha. Bharat Maharaj ruling the entire Bharata Varsha as the single monarch, but his 9 brothers ruling the 9 divisions of Bharata Varsha. 9 internal divisions, like central government and state government. So this is what is mentioned in 11th canto, 11 to 19. Tesham Nava, Navadvipa Patayo, Asya Samantata. Tesham Nava, the remaining 9 brothers became Navadvipa Patayo, the lords of Navadvipas, the lords of 9 islands that are there in Bharata Varsha. The Bharata Varsha divided into 9 divisions, and the 9 brothers of Bharat Maharaj became the rulers of 9 divisions, and they are all reporting to Bharat Maharaj as their monarch. This is another reference about the divisions of 9 islands. This is one image which we have taken from Vedic cosmology video of His Holiness Dhanavati Goswami Maharaj. Here there is a correction. The divisions are shown like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But it is actually not like this. The width of Bharata Varsha from here to here is 9,000 yojanas. Previously, original image we have seen, each division is 9,000 yojanas. If you divide 9,000 by 9, each would be 1,000 each. So the division should be from here to here. Division should be like this. So that is the correction here. So this is another image of the same thing. Here we see. So this is the Jambu Dvipa. The bottommost one is the Bharata Varsha. This is Bharata Varsha, which is 9,000 yojanas in width, which is divided into 9 divisions. Each part will be 1,000 each. The 9th part, which is touching the ocean, the bottommost one, that is also called as Bharata Varsha. The entire land is called Bharata Varsha. The 9th one is also called Bharata Varsha, as per Vishnu Purana. Yes, Prabhu, please. Of? Wait. We are going to discuss about it now, right now, and also the next presentation. Once this presentation is over, next presentation we are going to discuss about it elaborately. So now 9 divisions are made in Bharata Varsha. Yes, Prabhu. Water. Because they are called as Navadvipa, island. That means water. Island is separated by water. Varsha is separated by mountain. So these blue lines are representing water. These blue lines are representing the same salt water ocean. Water, that exactly we don't know. It is simply said 9 divisions, each with 1,000 yojanas in width. So 9,000 divided by 9 times 1,000. It could be specifically the future verses specifically talk about the 9th one only, but the same thing can be for all the remaining 8 also. For the whole Bharata Varsha, the same principle applies as Karma Bhumi. But in the future verses, we are going to talk about specifically this 9th one, which is known as Bharata Varsha again. This 9th division is our topic of discussion now within the Bharata Varsha. This is the ninth one. Yeah, referring to the ninth one. Ruler of the entire area. He was the ruler of entire area. Everyone is clear with this? If this is clear, everything will become clear in the future. Cannot go to other place. We'll discuss. So further Vishnu Purana says, Purve Kirata Yasyante Pashime Yavana Smruta. Purva Deshadikas Chaiva Kamarupa Nivasina Ostra Kalinga Magada Dakshinat Yasya Krishnasya Maruka Malavascha. So please forgive me, I am poor in reading Sanskrit. In the east there are Kiratas, especially in the 9th division, the bottommost division. Purve Kirata Yasyante Pashime Yavana. In the west there are Yavanas. In the east, Purva Deshadikas, the kingdoms which are in the east are Kamarupa, Ostra refers to Orissa, and Kalinga and Magadha. Kamarupa, Orissa, Kalinga, Magadha. These are the kingdoms in the eastern side of Bharata Varsha. And the southern side, the kingdoms are Maruka, Malava. Marukas and Malavas. So then another verse from Vishnu Puran says that Chetvari Bharate Varshe Yugantara Mahamune Kritam Treta Dvaparamcha Kali Anyatra Na Kvachit. It says there are Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yugas. Chetvari Bharate Varshe. Only in Bharata Varsha 4 yugas exist. What are they? Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. And then the next line says Cha and Anyatra Na Kvachit. They do not exist elsewhere. Which do not exist elsewhere. Yatra Na Kvachit. I was mentioning in the morning when Bhagavatam was describing about the remaining 8 Varshas as Bhauma Swarga, it is mentioned that they live for 10,000 years and they experience the happiness of Treta Yuga. So in the beginning days of our ISKCON, we generally hear that Kali Yuga people live for 100 years, Dwapara Yuga for 1000 years, Treta Yuga for 10,000 and Satya Yuga for 1 lakh. In the 8 places they are living for 10,000 years. Treta Yuga people also live for 10,000 years and they were experiencing the happiness of Treta Yuga. There are 2 statements, here 1 statement telling that in the rest of the 8 Varshas, always they have only Treta Yuga. They don't experience Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. They only experience Treta Yuga. But only in Bharata Varsha, people experience Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. Makes it clear? Specifically the 9th division and also for the remaining 8 also. Within the bigger, the whole Bharata Varsha we can say. But specifically what we are discussing about 9th division. Okay? Is it clear? Vishnu Purana only. This is also from Vishnu Purana. And then from Vayu Purana, Chakravarti quotes, Bharata Sasya Varshasya Navabeda Nibodate. Same 9 divisions are there. Sagarantarita Jnayaste Tu Agamya Parasparam. Sagara Antarita. There are 9 divisions in the Bharata Varsha. They are separated by Sagara, ocean. Sagara Antarita. And then two, but Agamya Parasparam. Parasparam means one to other. Gamya means to go. Agamya means cannot go. The 9 divisions of Bharata border the ocean and one cannot go from one to other. Two, Agamya Parasparam. One cannot go from one place to other place. This is also very clear. That means for the one lifetime, one cannot go from one place to other place. If at all one want to go, he can leave this body here and get into another body and go to that land. No problem. So then, Siddhanta Shiromani says that within Bharata Varsha there are 9 Kandas. They are known as Aindra, Kaseru, Tamravarna, Gabasiman, Gandharva, Naga, Somya, Varuna, etc. These are the 8 names which are same that are mentioned in the Vishnu Purana. Only one name which is coming separately is Kumarika. There the 9th name is Bharatavarsha or Navadvipa. Here the 9th name is Kumarika Dvipa. So Siddhanta Shiromani talks with a different name. There is no problem. One person can have multiple names. Nickname, pet name, this name, that name, school name, home name, village name. Then Markandeya Purana says, karma is not enjoined anywhere else. Karma, other places are meant for enjoyment. The Divyasvarga, Bhaumasvarga, they are only just to expense your karma. No one can accumulate karma. Karma is only meant for Bharatavarsha. The 9th island is surrounded by water. The 9th, bottommost one. Measures 1000 yojanas from south to north. People who are living in this area are a mixture of both Mlechas and Aryas. They predominate in certain parts. One place Aryans will live, other places Mlechas will live. That is what according to Markandeya Purana. This place is called Karma Bhumi and it bestows everything according to one's Punya and Papa. According to Punya one can go to heaven, according to Papa one can go to hell. So this is the translation of the original verse that we have written. Somebody can read this? This is the exact translation of that shloka, which we have already asked. Then Chakravarti writes small purport to this translation. This takes place only in Bharatavarsha and only in an area whose dimension is 1000 yojanas. Whatever is mentioned in the translation, he says that this takes place only in Bharatavarsha and takes place only in 1000 yojanas. He's basically talking about Varnashrama Dharma. So that takes place only in Bharatavarsha. Goals manifest according to the qualities of action caused by dharma or adharma. So based on modes we perform activities, based on that we get the destination. This takes place unavoidably as per the Vedas, because Varnashrama Dharma is governed by Vedic literature. If one cannot accomplish liberation, liberation appears on its own. Even if one does not endeavor for liberation, but circumstances are made in such a way that one will be pushed into a situation where he will practice bhakti and attain liberation. In Bharatavarsha, liberation comes on its own. That's what this shloka indicated. Api vargascha api bhavati. So when I was speaking this slide, Madhavanand Prabhu, Bhaktivinoda Hospital, head of Bhaktivinoda Hospital, he was also sitting in that presentation. He was asking, "Hi, how is it? How can you say that?" I don't know. Suddenly I just mentioned, who expected in 1965 that a elderly gentleman from India going through ocean comes to US and speaks to the hippies in hippie land? They never dreamt of that. Did they ever? Did they ever planned for, prayed for, or endeavored for? Bhakti came to them on their own, on its own, and caused their deliverance. This can be possible only in Bharatavarsha, nowhere else. So that's what it is. Merging in Brahman is also achieved. Api varga cha refers to Sahajya Mukti. And then, so is it clear about the 9 divisions of Bharatavarsha and specific nature of the 9th division of Bharatavarsha? So now, Bhagavatam further continues in the 19th chapter. The Devatas glorify this Bharatavarsha. They are offering wonderful prayers in the glorification of this Bharatavarsha. They say that because it is suitable for service to Mukunda, this land of Bharatavarsha which is suitable for service to Mukunda, they are telling that what pious activities these people have performed, that they have achieved birth in Bharatavarsha. It is not good to accept transit residence in heaven, because they are talking about themselves. Better not to accept transit residence in heaven, because once piety is over, again they have to come down. It is better to stay in Bharatavarsha, where there is a great opportunity to perform bhakti. But in heaven, with their piety, even if somebody comes to heaven, there is no constant remembrance of the Lord, because of excessive enjoyment of the senses. Even somebody want to remember the Supreme Lord, the enjoyment is so much in heaven, they will not be able to remember the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ah. These are the devatas of the upper planets. Devatas are praying. So they are truly praying. They are humbly praying. They are not exaggerating. Movement stay in Bharata Varsha. It is better than a life of Kalpa and Brahmaloka. Even if somebody gets a life of the duration of one Kalpa, one full day of Brahma in Brahmaloka, it is better to get birth in Bharata Varsha. Because so he says that, so a movement stay in Bharata is better than the living for a Kalpa and Brahmaloka since, and Brahmaloka also one must take birth. Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartin Arjuna Mamupetetu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. So here basically he is telling that even if you go to Brahmaloka, once your piety is over, you have to take birth again. But in Bharata Varsha, if you take birth, there is a great chance that you can attain liberation. People of Bharata, they attain Vaikunta. One should not accept residence even in Brahmaloka if there is no rivers of Lord's sweet topics are continuously flowing. If there are no devotees, we have taken shelter of Lord's wonderful topics. If there are no great festivals are not constantly performed in Brahmaloka, or if there are no continuous sacrifices are not performed, especially the Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of Lord's holy names, one should not accept a life of Kalpa in Brahmaloka or in heaven. It is better to accept a life in Bharata Varsha, even it may be small. That's what Devatas are telling. Then finally they are concluding saying that if at all we have any pious credits remaining in our quota from performing sacrifices, by chanting the Vedas, Vedic mantras, and by performing various charitable acts, etc., let us get a birth in Bharata Varsha. So somebody may question, Bharata Varsha, many people are taking birth, still they are not taking up bhakti, and they are praying, let us get a birth in Bharata Varsha with eager disposition to take shelter of Supreme Lord's lotus feet. That they are praying for, all the devatas. So this is the glory of this Bharata Varsha. So we have described about Bharata Varsha, what it is, what are the qualities. Now we will discuss about the depiction of Bharata Varsha. How does this Bharata Varsha look like? So now there is one great saint in South India, Sri Tiruvenkata Ramanuja Jiyar. He was born in 1805, he lived till 1882. Based on the shlokas of Mahabharat from Sri Bhishma Parva, Jambu Kanda Vinaya Parva, 5th chapter. He was reading through that section. He has taken few slokas of that section and he discovered or he depicted the structure of Bharata Varsha, how that Bharata Varsha look like. So these are the slokas I have taken from Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute. They have compiled all the critical shlokas of Mahabharata, all the important shlokas of Mahabharata, making as a critical edition. These are the 3 shlokas which were referred by Sri Tiruvenkata Ramanuja Jiyar. We will discuss them in the future slides. Who is Tiruvenkata Ramanuja Jiyar? Sri Tiruvenkata Ramanuja Jiyar, he appeared in Madura Mangalam, which is very close to Sri Perambudur. Eventually when he took sannyas, he made his residence in Sri Perambudur, the birthplace of Ramanujacharya. Even now also, his ashram is there in Sri Perambudur. He travelled extensively, many places. While he is travelling, when he was staying in Melkote, he was studying Mahabharata. That's where he came across these shlokas. He drew the description given in those shlokas. This is the Tiruvenkata Ramanuja. This is another portrait in the ashram of Sri Perambudur. This is the first shloka. Sudarshanam pravakshami dvipam te kurunandana parimandalo maharaja dvipo sauchakra samstita. The Bharatakanda is called as Sudarshana Dvipa. Here they call it as Bharatakanda. The ninth part is there, na? That they call it as Bharatakanda. And Mahabharata Shloka calls it as Sudarshana Dvipa. Since it looks beautiful to the eyes of the onlookers, Sudarshana, it appears very beautiful, so it is called Sudarshana Dvipa. Being circular, it looks like the disc of the Lord. Sudarshan disc is also circular. This Dvipa is also circular, so it looks like Sudarshan Dvipa. It is attached to the cyclic time in the form of disc, preceded by God Sudarshana. Only this Bharatavarsha has got Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. Cyclic time is going in one after the other. That's why it is also called Sudarshan Dvipa. This is Lord Sudarshana. This is another chakra. So then, one of the word in the verse, Parimandalo, the definition of the Parimandala is given as, Parimandala means Sudarshana Dvipa is in the form of a globe. Since all the four corners of this Bharatakanda is rounded like bale fruit. This is how bale fruit look like. The Sanskrit dictionary meaning of Parimandala is, it could be circle, it could be a sphere. So here the meaning of Parimandala is taken as sphere. It looks like a bale fruit. This is another bale fruit. Not bale fruit, some globe. Then this verse says that it is full of trees. This particular Bharatakanda or Sudarshan Dvipa, it is full of trees covered with flowers and fruits and with crops of various kinds and with many other rich things. It is surrounded on all sides with salt ocean. Lavanena samudrena samantat parivartita. It is covered in all directions with Lavana Samudra, salt water. Then next one more verse is that Yatacha Purusha Pashet Adrishe Mukamatmana Evam Sudarshanam Dvipo Drushate Chandramandale. Here it says that just like a person can see his face in a mirror, the nature of the Sudarshan Dvipa is also viewed from the moon. Consider moon to be a mirror. Just the way every morning we see our face in the mirror, we see our face happily. Same way, see the moon as a mirror and look into the moon and see Bharatavarsha how it look like from the mirror of moon. That is what is explained here. So, Dviramshe Pipalas Tatra Dviramshe Cha Sheshu Mahan Sarvaushadi Sama Vapti Sarvata Paribrahmita. Half of this Bharatavarsha appears like the rabbit. Dvir Amshe Pipalas Tata Dvir Amshe Sheshu Mahan. Dvi Amsha. The entire Bharatavarsha, if you divide into two parts, out of the two, one part appears to be Pipala leaves, Pipala tree leaves. Other part appears to be Sheshu Mahan, a great rabbit. Sheshu means rabbit. Half of this Bharatavarsha appears like the rabbit and a small pipal leaf, sacred fig tree. Other half appears in the form of a big pipal leaf. They are surrounded by all varieties of vegetation. Just like when you see in the mirror, your front portion, something you see, and your back portion also you see something. So one side it appears to be like a pipal leaf, other side it appears to be like a rabbit. That's what the meaning of the verse. And one more verse, the 17th verse says that besides these portions, beside the rabbit and pipal leaves, the rest is all water. Rabbit and pipal leaves is land, remaining all water in the Sudarshan Dvipa. So Trivenkata Ramanuja has sketched a drawing of a big rabbit and pipal tree leaves as per Vedic Mahabharata Vedic hymns. This is what he draw. A big rabbit, small pipal leaves and a big pipal leaves here. One side here, one side this. This is how he draw. Then he was not getting any understanding what it means to be this. Then what he did? Mirror image of the above description. He was a person born in 1805. He lived up to 1880s. So by then the world map might have been widely available. So then projection and scaling of the above description on the world map. This is what we have as drawn by this personality. This is projection on the world map. Getting it? So So this is what our rectangular shape of world map today we have. So this is the depiction of that Bharata Varsha. So now the same thing. So where are we? Where are we? Some question was there, na? If you see in isometric projection, this is the entire Jambudvipa, Mount Meru. These are the 9 divisions of bigger Bharata Varsha. This is the 9th division Bharata Varsha. That is what it is. Okay, as per Tiruvenkat Ramanuja here. Yes, Prabhu. Ah. Ah. Yes. Okay, for around it is a disc only. For around it is a leaf, just leaf. Yeah. Mm. Ah, yes. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Perfect, perfect. What you are asking is very perfect question. See, the whole Jambudvipa is how much? The radius of Jambudvipa, diameter of Jambudvipa? 100,000. 1 lakh yojanas. And the bigger Jambudvipa how much? Sorry. The bigger Bharata Varsha. This is 9,000. And this particular one is 1,000. This image is not to the scale. This I made it big because that is what our focus. So just remember that much. We'll get into it. Compare it to 1 lakh. 1,000 will be this much only, na? Even that much projected outside above, it is just like a mountain. There are so many mountains we have. On the way, roadside, there is a mountain suddenly comes and its peak goes very high. Something like that, this might have come up. There is no problem like that. Having something like that. Ah. No. What is the height of this mountain? This Himalaya mountains? Or even this mountain, this mountain? What is the height of this mountain? Height. 10,000. With respect to 10,000, 1,000 is how much? So, so it can be, 1,000 can be. Something can be as 1,000 high. But we never said it is a disk. Till now we ever mentioned it about disk. We just mentioned is analogous to a leaf. In that leaf we have so many mountains of so much height. Mount Meru is about 1 lakh yojanas and other mountains about 10,000 yojanas. We are still discussing. We have not completed it. So, so many names as per various scriptures. Bharata Varsha, Bharata Kanda, Sudarshan Dvipa, Kumaraka Dvipa, etc. Bharata Kanda also. I don't know. You tell me. Based on the scripture, based on the previous slides, what it can be. I don't in the sense I'm just presenting myself as a common audience. So based on the previous slides, what it could be. Ah. Huh? Ah. Ah. That much only, na? So now let us go ahead. We are just see, Prabhuji. So what I mean to say that I have not completed this entire description. We are just beginning. So many more things to come up. It is not completed. I just shown one slide. Okay, it appears like this. That is not that conclusion. Many more things to come up. Yes. Nothing has completed. We just started, began. So I will keep you here till 9 o'clock. Don't worry. I will complete your curiosity. I will not allow you to leave this place. So these are the 9 divisions. The 9th division is this one. Okay. This is the original drawing drawn by Sri Tiruvenkat Ramanuja. This is the original drawing which is there in Melkote and as well as in Sri Perambudur. This is a photo taken by those people who visited his ashram. The original photo. Here you see. This one is the drawing made by him. Is it clear? Yeah. This is the rabbit. This is the this thing. The people lives. These are all about other places. So this is Mount Meru. These are different divisions of Jambudvipa, etc. This is Pole Star and Sun. This is Sun, etc. These are the remaining places. These are lower planets. We'll come to know all the details. This is Sun's chariot. This is about eclipse. This is about eclipse, etc. All so many things. This is about different heavenly planets. Everything you are drawn in one picture. So, somebody want to do some research, you can do in this. So now, this is a 5 minutes video clip. Just pay attention to it. This is starting with the same image. Whatever shown in the previous, the video starts with that. Yes, Prabhu. Audio.
His disciples at the holy village of Melakote, some 50 kilometers. Prabhupada's desire for the diagram was not to go unfulfilled. That elusive map was discovered by Srila Prabhupada's disciples at the holy village of Melakote, some 50 kilometers north of Mysore, Karnataka in India. This diagram accurately depicted the entire cosmology of Srimad Bhagavatam in an ingenious yet simple rendering. The person through whom it was revealed to the world was the 19th century scholar saint Tiruvenkata Ramanuja G.R. Swami. Born in Sri Perumbudur, Tamil Nadu, Tiruvenkata Swami went on to become an acharya or spiritual leader in the preceptorial line known as the Sri Sampradaya. He spent several years of his life in Melakote, which 900 years earlier had been the residence place of Sripad Ramanujacharya, the most prominent acharya of the Sri Sampradaya. At Melakote, in the 1,000-year-old temple, Tiruvenkata Swami studied and taught the Vedas and also worshipped the deity of Tirucheluva Narayan.
भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये.
One day, while studying the Mahabharata, a 5,000-year-old epic of ancient India, he came across some intriguing verses. In the 5th chapter of Jambukanda, Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata, it is said,
Sudarshanam pravakshami dvipastu gurunandana parimandalo maharaja dvipoyam chakra samstita yato hi purusha pashet darshanam mukamatmana evam sudarshana dvipo drishyate chandramandale dviramshe pipalastatra dviramshe cha saso mahan sarvaushadhi samavayes sarvata parivarita.
This Bharat Khanda is called Sudarshana Dvip, since it looks beautiful to the eyes of the onlookers. Being circular, it looks like the disk of the Lord, and it is attached to cyclic time in the form of a disk presided over by Lord Sudarshana. Bharat Khanda is in the form of a globe, since all of its 4 corners are rounded like the bale fruit. When viewed from the moon, half of Bharat Khanda appears like the rabbit and a small people leaf, while the other half appears in the form of a big people leaf, with all of them surrounded by varieties of vegetation. Pondering the verses, he became perplexed. What on earth can a rabbit and people leaves have to do with geography or cosmography? As he sought to understand their meaning, he contemplated, meditated, and prayed. Finally, by divine inspiration, he sketched a drawing of the rabbit and the people leaves, but still remained mystified about their connection with the Earth's geography. Suddenly it dawned on him that if the drawing was turned upside down, the rabbit perfectly corresponded with Europe, Asia, and Africa, while the people leaves corresponded with North America, South America, and Australia. These continents comprise our Earth, which the Mahabharata calls Bharatkanda. Vishnu Purana also describes the Earth as Bharatkanda and gives its diameter as 8,000 miles. The Earth is also referred to by the name Bharatkanda in the invocation Sankalpa mantra chanted by Brahmana priests since time immemorial up until the present day.
Jambudvipe Bharatavarshe Bharatakande Meroho Dakshine Pash.
Vedic cosmology gives descriptions of the entire cosmos, including its subtle features. Perception and access to these subtle features, however, requires karmic qualification. Consequently, much of the cosmos described earlier, as well as parts of the cosmography about to be described, are imperceptible and inaccessible to us earthly inhabitants. Bharatkanda is one of the 9 islands of the larger and originally bow-shaped Bharatvarsha, which was divided by the sons of Sagara. Being completely surrounded by water, the islands are mutually unreachable. In the Vedas, Bharatkanda, our Earth, is also referred to by other names such as Sudarshan Dvip, Kumarika Dvip, and Navadvip, etc.
So, at least taking clue from some words called Parimandala, it is referred as a sphere, and details mentioned in the Mahabharata, it appears to be like a rabbit and leaves. That much information as of today we have. There is no much description about this particular tract of land in any other Vedic literature. So then, Surya Siddhanta gives some references. It says that as the sphere of earth is spherical, as the shape of the earth is spherical, people in each place think themselves to be uppermost. But as the globe of earth is situated in ether, what then is its upper and lower side? So here basically, this picture makes it clear. This person who is standing here thinks I am the uppermost. This person who is standing here also thinks uppermost. This person also thinks uppermost. Here he is also thinking I am uppermost. But in a sphere, which is uppermost, which is lowermost? If it is a plateau, this person can say uppermost, this person can say lowermost. But in a sphere, everyone can say uppermost and lowermost. That is one of the references in Surya Siddhanta. For us to consider the tract of land on which we are living is a sphere. And then somebody may ask, I want maths. You have to prove with the formulas and all. So some details. As per scientific calculations, the mean diameter of the earth is 12,742 kilometers. This is what the science offers to us. The diameter of the equator is 12,756. Diameter between two poles, but North Pole to South Pole, it is 12,713. As per Srimad Bhagavatam 5.19.19, the ninth part of Bharatavarsha, the diameter of the ninth part of Bharatavarsha is 1,000 yojanas. When you convert that into miles, 1 yojana is equal to 8 miles, that is 8,000 miles. When you convert that into kilometers, 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. It becomes 12,872 kilometers. This is Bhagavatam number, this is modern science number. Okay? Makes some sense? And then further, diameter of the earth which is given in Surya Siddhanta. Surya Siddhanta has a different way of calculating. There it says that the diameter of earth globe is 1600 yojanas, not 1000 yojanas. It says 1600 yojanas. How did they calculate? The diameter is the distance between the lower part to the upper part of the sphere along with its surface. These are practical people. If you want to measure the diameter of a spherical, what you have to do? You walk from here to here. That is the diameter. Because you don't have, what is this? Telescope, etc. instruments. It's simple. That is equal to half the total circumference. Whatever number they give, that is equal to half the circumference according to our current maths geometry. For a sphere or a circle, circumference is equal to 2 pi r, diameter is equal to c by 2 pi, which is equal to 2r. So according to the number given above and the depiction shown here, the actual diameter of the earth sphere, diameter is equal to c by 2 pi. So if this is half the circumference, the total circumference will be 2 times to that and divided by pi. That comes around 1019. There is another reference from Surya Siddhanta. So there is another reference from Bhagavatam. Please read this verse and can you guess where this verse from? Srimad Bhagavatam only. Though especially those who have done Bhakti, whatever Vidyapita courses. Any guess, rough guess? Any rough guess? No. Then at least now you guess. Verse number What Puranjan? Puranjan, but what Puranjan? Okay. So, Sa ekada imavato dakshineshu atastanushu dadarsha navabir dwarbi puram lakshita lakshanam. So the story goes like this. Puranjan wanted to experience utmost enjoyment. He was looking for a perfect place to enjoy. He was traveling from place to place, place to place, place to place. Eventually, here he found one. Searching for a suitable place to live, Puranjana, after wandering the earth, saw on the southern ridge of the Himalayas a city with 9 gates, which he understood had all good qualities. This is the story which is going on in the Bhagavatam. But what is the actual meaning? A living entity want to enjoy in this material world, and for that enjoyment is searching for a suitable body. Puranjana searching for a suitable house. Living entity searching for a suitable body. He entered into animal body, this body, that body. Enjoyment is there, but not to the fullest extent. Eventually, that living entity happened to come to this place, which is Dakshineshu Ata Sanuchu. Saekada Imavato Dakshineshu, on the southern side of Himalayas. He has seen a town, or he has seen a body which has 9 holes. The human body is made up of 9 holes. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. So the Dadarsha Navaibir Darbi Puram Lakshita Lakshana. So he understood that this form, human form, is suitable for me to experience utmost enjoyment. That too where? On the southern side of Himalayas. What is there on the southern side of Himalayas? Bharatavarsha. So getting human form in Bharatavarsha, Lakshita Lakshanai, it gives facility for fullest of enjoyment and eventually for attainment of liberation. So that is what this shloka indicates. Then next another reference. Kaumara Acharya Prajno Dharman Bhagavatam Iha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adruvam Ardhavam. Here Iha refers to the birth in Bharatavarsha. The wise person should practice Bhakti Yoga in his life from youth, Kaumara age. Human birth is rare and transient but effective for Bhakti. Thus, at Kaumara age itself, one should practice Bhagavad Dharma, hearing and chanting, having taken birth in the land of Bharata. This is suitable place for attaining liberation. So these are all like different references too. So this is what devotees were asking about this one. So this Sankalpa mantra, generally this Sankalpa mantra is recited in all traditional temples while waking up the Lord in the morning. And also, whichever householder, when they take up any samskara, at the very beginning of that samskara, this Sankalpa mantra is recited by the priest. This is just to indicate that in terms of space and time, I am going to undertake this particular samskara. That Yajaman, the householder, the head of the house, is telling that So at this point of time, at this location, I am taking up this particular samskara. I am going to perform the samskara. Like that, start the samskara. This is basically to make a note in the diary of devatas. So this person at so and so place, at so and so time, performed this particular auspicious ceremony. So he will get the results as per. So it is for Friday, 14 January 2017. This is for Makar Sankranti, on the day of Makar Sankranti. Sri Govinda 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 Asya Sri Bhagavata Mahapurushaya Purushasya Vishnur Ajnaya Prabardhamanasya. Then it says Adya Brahmana Dvitiya Pararde Sri Shweta Varaha Kalpe Vaivashvata Manvantare Ashta Vimshatitame Kali Yuge Prathama Pade. These are about time. The time at which we are performing this thing. Adya Brahmana, from the year of Brahma's birth, Dvitiya Pararde. The first 50 years are already completed. Now second Pararda has started, 51st year started. Sri Shweta Varaha Kalpe. This particular day is called Shweta Varaha Kalpa. Vaivashvata Manvantare. In that we are in 7th Manvantara, which is known as Vaivashvata Manvantara. Ashta Vimshatitame. In that we are currently going through 28th cycle. 27 already completed. In that we are in Kali Yuga. In that Kali Yuga we are in Prathama Pada, the first part of Kali Yuga. Just 5000 years only passed. And then about place. Jambu Dvipe, Bharata Varshe, Bharata Kande, Meroho Dakshina Parshve, Godavari Dakshina Tire, this is for Mumbai, Sayadri Kshetra Swamipe, Mama Swagruhe, Devata Sannidau. He says that in the Jambu Dvipa, the centralmost island of the Bhumandala, Bharata Varsha, the southernmost tract of land, Bharatakanda, the 9th division of Bharata Varsha, here we are calling it as Bharatakanda. Meru Dakshina Parshve, all this Bharata Varsha, Bharatakanda is on the southern side of Meru. Godavari Dakshina is on the southern side of Nasik. Godavari starts from Nasik. And Sayadri Kshetra Samipe, very close to foothills of Sayadri. Mama Swagruhe, in my home, Devata Samipe, Devata Sannidau, in presence of my home deity. I am taking up this thing. This is about the space, location. And then further it talks about time. So these are about details of time, we will not get into it. Asmin Vartamana Vyavaharike, in the current period now reigning, Prabhavadi Shashti Samvasarana Madhye, the years are called Prabhava Vidya, it's like 60 years are there, na? They are named as, like, among 60 years starting with from Prabhava. Durmukha Nama Samvasare, that 2017 year it was Durmukha Nama Samvasara, that was up to March 2017. March 17 to March 18 it was He Vilambi. Now 2018 March to 2019 March it is Vilambi. Now the years have changed. So Durmukha Nama Samvatsare Dakshinayana. From July to January 14th it will be Dakshinayana. So that's why it is Dakshinayana. Hemanta Rutau, December, January are Hemanta Ritu, winter season. Chandramana, according to Chandramana, the month is Pausha Mase. The month was going through his Pausha month, that is 30th December to 26th January. In solar calendar it is Dhanur Masa, that is from 16 December to 14 January. Krishna Pakshe, there is a dark fortnight. Dvitiya Shubhasitau, that day it was Dvitiya, the second Tithi. Shani Vasara, it was Saturday. Ashlesha Nakshatra Yuktanam, that day then star was Ashlesha Nakshatra. These are all details. Sri Vishnu Yoga Vishnu Karana Shubha Yoga Shubha Karana Evam Guna Visheshana Vishishtayam Asyam Dvadashyam Shubhaditau Sri Bhagavat Ajnaya Sri Bhagavat Kainkare Rupam. Sri Bhagavat Kainkare Rupam. As a matter of service to Supreme Lord, I am taking up this particular auspicious ceremony. That is how they embark on the ceremony. So whatever is discussed in the Bhagavatam has also connection to our day-to-day observations. So this is what it is all we have discussed till now. The summary of all that. This is again the summary of all that we have discussed. The whole Jambudvipa, 9 divisions, Bharata Varsha again 9 divisions, the abodes of 8 devatas, descent of Ganga, everything we have discussed. These are various maps drawn by various people who have understood Vedic literature. According to their own understanding, they have written maps. This is the path of Ganga. This is another map some people draw. These are like the 7 divisions of Jambudvipa. These are other islands. This is another map from different people. They consider the entire Jambudvipa to be this track, this part of the Asia. and the remaining 6 islands. Everything they put into Earth globe only. Whatever the world map, everything is put into that world map. I don't know names and all this. Satyabit Prabhu puts all these maps in his book. See here, you see, this is Ilavrita Varsha. In the center is Mount Meru. The Kashmir is Hari Varsha. Uska niche is Kimpursha Varsha. The whole India is Bharata Varsha. That's how they represent. So there are different ways to understand. Here also, if you see, the entire Bharata Varsha is shown as the entire Earth world map. But we have seen according to measurements is only ninth part. The entire Bharata Varsha 9,000 yojanas. This is only 1,000. These are some other maps. These are about the flat Earth theories. They say that the Earth is fully flat. When sun is traveling here, it gives light to this much area. Something like that. They are presenting so many things. This is another image of the flat Earth. So this is what they say. Nowadays they are coming up with this kind of images. This is what it is. The Earth is this much. This is all flat Earth. Below it is like this. If you go down, you can see like this. They say. So these are all various things. Is it clear whatever we are discussing till now? Any questions? No. Sun will come tomorrow only. Not today. Eight islands. Other 8. No. Nothing to do with the planets. We'll discuss about the planets tomorrow. Any question? Only in Bharata Varsha. Specifically, we are discussing about the 9th part. The same thing can be applicable to the remaining 8 parts also. Why we are discussing about the 9th part? The other places, maybe there, may not be there. If we don't know also, it does not matter. That is called Bharata Khanda. No. The entire thing is called Bharata Khanda. The 9th division, which is 1,000 yojanas in width, that entire thing is called Bharata Khanda. Not our India alone Bharata Khanda. No. That's what we read in our social studies in the beginning. Bharata Khanda we read like that, but not, it is not. The whole Earth globe is called Bharata Khanda. Yes, bro. Okay. We are going to discuss very soon about Varahadev. In this next part of the presentation, we will discuss about Varahadev. Ask whichever. Yes. 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 Yeah, that we are going to discuss in the next presentation. Provided time permits, we will complete today itself. We are discussing that. Where it is exactly. That we are going to discuss now. After this section, the next section is about that only. We have to satisfy Prabhuji's curiosity. They are same. Which is outside below the saltwater ocean, that which is there in the Earth globe, the saltwater ocean. Both are same. Both are same ocean. Spherical. That's what at least we are understanding. Spherical, there is ocean. In the ball there is ocean. Below the ball also there is ocean. Both are saltwater ocean only. This ocean entered into above. No confusion, simple. A tree is there. There is water beneath the roots of the tree. There is water inside the tree. How that water came up? Through the roots and trunk. Same way. We'll discuss that in the next. Which Khanda? Which Khanda? Other 8 parts. No? Tu agamya parasparam. Our what is that Purana? Our Vayu Purana says you cannot go. In this lifetime you cannot go. You want to go, perform whatever is required to go there. Just like if you want to go to US, you need visa. If you want to go to other planets, you need piety. You accumulate piety and then go there in next life. Who is stopping you? Why you want to go now only? If you want to go now only, become an exalted personality who can go. For normal people it is not allowed. For extraordinary people it can be allowed. Prabhuji, don't introduce new things. You ask questions. If you have any doubts based on our discussion, that you ask. Don't ask something new which is not discussed. Ah, yes. That Lanka is not Sri Lanka. That is outside Earth globe. That Lanka which is mentioned there, the Lanka of Ravana, it is not part of Earth globe. It is not the Sri Lanka which we think about always, which is 30 kilometers apart from Rameshwaram. That is not. That is 100 yojanas away. 100 yojanas means 1300 kilometers. So it was so far. It is not 13 kilometers. Yeah, not this one. That I don't know. I hope now let us go ahead. Wait. Hold on. That's what I showed now, some images. No, they are not in between came. Now they are very much prevalent. Okay. So I don't know. I am trying to build up some concepts based on my level of understanding. Based on the shlokas in Mahabharata, we have said it can be like spherical. And we are trying to support it with the shlokas from Surya Siddhanta. As of now, we have only this much information. There could be many more, but I am not aware of. So we'll try to see. And few more things I will add to it in the future discussion. So it will appeal to us. If it is like a spherical, it is satisfying to our experience of day-to-day observations. That will come to know at the end, eventually. So now let us go ahead with your permission. So now we are going to discuss about the remaining 6 islands. Till now we discussed about Jambudvipa. Then remaining 6, how they are look like, what is their this thing. These are all remaining this thing. So Bhagavatam starts with, so the characteristics of the people who are living in those 6 islands. So it says that the first 5 dvipas, that is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, they are divided into 7 varshas. And the last dvipa divided into 2 varshas. Jambudvipa divided into 9 varshas. The next 5 are divided into 7 varshas. The last one is divided into 2 varshas. They are named after the names of the sons. Just like Agnidra, they named the 9 divisions with the names of his 9 sons. The Agnidra's younger brothers did the same thing. They also had 7 sons and last one had 2 sons. They named according to that and then gave. And these particular dvipas are divided into 7 varshas by the presence of 7 mountains. And this last dvipa divided into 2 varshas by the presence of 1 mountain. 1 mountain divided into 2 parts. Here 7 mountains divided 1 dvipa into 7 parts. How it happened we will see in the future. And from these 7 mountains, 7 rivers came and gave water to that particular land. Water comes from the rivers only, so rivers are there. Here in this particular area, there are 2 varshas and 2 rivers are there. From the same mountain, one river is going this side, one river is going this side. So both the sides they are getting water. The people are living in different set of hermitages, which are beautifully decorated with so many other things. They are surrounded with enormous lakes with flowers and flower trees and chirping birds. And by touching these lakes or bathing in these lakes, they are immediately purified and they are rejuvenated and 4 castes of people are living in these places, somewhat similar to Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So and then further, they worship the Lord in his different forms. Some worship the Lord as sun, moon, Agni, etc. In Jambudvipa they were worshipping 9 different forms of the Lord, like different forms, Varaha, Kurma, Matsya, etc. So here they are worshipping the Lord as sun, moon, Agni, etc. as representative of the Lord. They live for 1,000 and more years. There they are living for 10,000 years. Here some are living for 1,000, some are living 2,000, some are living 5,000, some 10,000, some 20,000, etc. Vayapurana gives about all the details. But Bhagavatam does not go into details. They have forms as beautiful as Devatas. They produce offsprings as Devatas do. That means if they are living 1,000 years and the 1,000th year they are producing children. They have longevity, sensory power, physical and mental strength, intelligence and bravery. As soon as they are born in that particular area, everyone is endowed with all these facilities. They naturally and equally manifest in all beings, all these facilities. Srila Prabhupada here also says that they never forget their position as the eternal servants of the Supreme Lord. So then, the first one, summary of Jambudvipa. Jambudvipa gets its name by the presence of Jambu tree. There was a Jambu tree, the fruit falling down and becoming a river. On the both the sides, it is becoming gold, the sand becoming gold. That is Jambu tree. So there are 9 Varshas, 9 mountains with Mount Sumeru. The Bharata Varsha is called as field of fruitive activities. The other 8 Varshas are called heavenly place on earth. There are 4 kinds of people living in these places. They live for 10,000 years in other 8 Varshas. But in the Bharata Varsha, they live 100,000, 10,000 and 1 lakh years. The time varies. By performing bhakti, they attain Vaikuntha from Bharata Varsha. Though all these are surrounded by an ocean of salt water. Jambudvipa is surrounded by an ocean of salt water. This is about Jambudvipa. The second one is known as Plakshadvipa. So it gets its name by the presence of a Plaksha tree. This is the Plaksha tree. So from its roots, there are shining like gold. There are flames at its root. They are shining like gold. Very mild. The details about this tree are, the trunk is 100 yojanas, height is 1100 yojanas, the branches also going to a radius of 1100 yojanas. At its roots is a fire with 7 flames. That's what it is. There are 7 Varshas by the presence of 7 mountains, and there are 7 rivers starting from these 7 mountains. There are 4 kinds of people, they live for 1,000 and more years. By performing Vedic rituals, they attain sun. They worship the Supreme Lord in his representative form known as sun. So they worship sun by performing various Vedic rituals. So this particular Plakshadvipa is surrounded by an ocean of sugarcane juice. The second ocean is made up of sugarcane juice. This is about second Dvipa. Third one is Salmala Dvipa. Surrounding this sugarcane juice is Salmala Dvipa. So it gets its name as Salmala Dvipa by the presence of the salmal tree. It is as broad and tall as Plaksha tree, which is as broad and tall as Jambu tree. All are of same dimension. So this is considered to be the residence of Garuda. Whenever Garuda travels in this area, he comes and takes rest upon this tree. There are 7 Varshas, 7 mountains and 7 rivers. There are 4 kinds of people. They live for 1,000 and more years. By following Varnashrama Dharma, they worship the Supreme Lord in his form known as moon. They perform Varnashrama Dharma and they worship moon. This place is surrounded by an ocean of liquor. Salmala Dvipa is surrounded by an ocean of liquor. The ocean of liquor is surrounded by the 4th island known as Kushadvipa. Kushadvipa gets its name by the presence of Kusha grass, which is created by Devatas. So by Lord's will, this Kusha grass emits the mild, pleasing light. So that spreads light all over. That's what it says. It looks like a second form of fire. It produces mild and pleasing flames. So it illuminates in all directions through the glow of tender shoots. There are 7 Varshas, 7 mountains, 7 rivers, 4 kinds of people. These people are expert in Vedic sacrifice and worship Lord as Agni. One simple thing, the form they are worshipping and the process they are adopting, they actually have close relationship. They are worshipping Surya with Vedic rituals, offering Argya in the morning, afternoon, evening, etc. They are worshipping Soma by the performance of Varnashrama Dharma. Whoever practices Varnashrama Dharma, they will go to heaven. Soma is the beginning of heaven. Okay? And then they are worshipping Agni by the performance of fire sacrifices. Here they offer a prayer to Agni saying that, O Agni, whatever oblations we offer in the name of different devatas, idam Indraya Swaha, idam Namama, idam Chandraya Swaha, idam Namama, idam Agneya Swaha, idam Namama, etc. Please carry those offerings and give them to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because fire is considered to be the mouth of Supreme Lord. Here they are telling that all the devatas are the limbs of the Supreme Lord. Whatever we offer in the name of the limbs of the Supreme Lord, carry those oblations to the owner of those limbs. The original owner is the Supreme Lord. That is the prayer they offer to Agni. And this place is surrounded by a ocean of liquid ghee. That is molten ghee. Not a solid ghee that we see in the bottle. Instead that when you burn it, it becomes golden color liquid ghee. That's how this ocean look like. Then surrounding this ocean is the fifth Dvipa, that is known as Krauncha Dvipa. Krauncha Dvipa gets its name by the presence of a mountain known as Krauncha. It is fearless from the weapons of Kartikeya. It seems there is some pastime connected to it. And this mountain is surrounded by ocean of milk and protected by Lord Varuna. There are 7 Varshas, 7 mountains and 7 rivers in this area. 4 kinds of people. They worship the Supreme Lord by offering a palmful of water at Varuna's lotus feet. What is Varuna? Ocean god. So how can you worship Varuna? How can you worship ocean? Take a palmful of water and offer it back to Varuna. So they offer a prayer saying that, O Varuna, you have the special potency of purifying us. Whoever takes bath in the ocean, they get purified externally and internally. In the holy river, when we take bath, we purified externally and internally. Now they are telling that this potency of purifying, you have got it from Supreme Lord. So whenever we come in touch with you, in the form of chanting the names of you, or touching the water and offering you or taking bath, kindly purify us. That's what their prayer. And this land is surrounded by ocean of milk, milk ocean. The milk ocean is surrounded by Shaka Dvipa. Shaka Dvipa gets its name by the presence of Shaka tree. It is very fragrant, lends its scent all over the entire land. It has 7 Varshas, 7 mountains, 7 rivers, 4 kinds of people. They practice mystic yoga and worship the Lord in trance by meditating on Vayu. How do one practice mystic yoga? By controlling breath. That is connected to Vayu. They pray that, O Supreme Lord, as Vayu you are there inside, as Paramatma you are there inside, as outside you are there, please help us to attain you. Something like that they offer. Surrounded by an ocean of yogurt. This is surrounded by an ocean of yogurt. That is surrounded by Pushkar Dvipa, the 7th island. In this Pushkar Dvipa, there is a lotus flower consisting of 100 million pure golden petals. This lotus flower has 100 million pure golden lotus petals. It is as effulgent as the flames of fire. It is considered to be sitting place of Lord Brahma. Whenever Lord Brahma comes to this place, he sits on top of this lotus. One interesting connection, by the curse of Bhrugumuni, Brahma is not worshipped anywhere in Bharata Varsha, but only one place is worshipped. Where is that? Pushkar. Here in Pushkar Dvipa, there is a lotus flower meant for him to sit and accept worship. So that Pushkar and our Pushkar, there is some connection to that. So it has got 2 Varshas because there is only one mountain dividing into 2 parts. That mountain is known as Manasutra mountain. Some details about this mountain also there in the future slides. There are 4 castes of people are living in this place. They worship the Lord as Brahma by ritualistic ceremonies. By the performance of ritualistic ceremonies, they worship Lord Brahma. And this Pushkar Dvipa is surrounded by an ocean of sweet drinking water, Shuddhodaka ocean. Thus, there is a description of the 7 tracts of land, 7 Dvipas with 7 oceans. Then, some details about Manasutra mountain. This is situated exactly in the middle of Pushkar Dvipa. It is a circular mountain. Its breadth and height are 10,000 yojanas. Its base is 10,000 yojanas, height is also 10,000 yojanas. Radius from the middle of Mount Meru is 15.75 million yojanas from the center of Mount Meru. Because the circular mountain, the radius of this mountain is 15.75 million yojanas. On 4 direction, on its top, there are residences of Indra in the eastern side, Yama in the southern side, Varuna in the western side, Soma in the northern side. These 4 devatas have their residential quarters on top of this mountain in 4 directions, east, west, north, south. Sun god, morning we have seen, travels in his chariot above this mountain, encircling Mount Sumeru in an orbit known as Samvatsara. The sun's chariot travels, moves around just above this mountain. That's what is mentioned in this particular shloka. Morning we have seen sun is moving around, is actually moving above this mountain. That's what is mentioned here. So now let us get into the details. How does they look like? This is the 7th ocean, this is the 7th island, 6th ocean, 6th island, 5th ocean, 5th island, etc. Now, this is the 7th mountain, Manasutara mountain. Previously, now it is one land. When mountain came in between, it became 2 lands. This is one island, this is one, this is one. This is one Varsha, this is another Varsha. Clear? And it is said that all the remaining 5 islands are divided by 7 mountains, thus they are made into 7 Varshas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By the presence of 7 mountains, this one land became 7. Clear? Not only here, everywhere it is like that, the same structure. And on this mountain is the lotus feet where Lord Brahma sits, the lotus flower. And here Shaka tree is there in the Shaka Dvipa. Here Krauncha mountain. So these are the 2 rivers which are originating from this mountain and giving water to these 2 tract of lands. This is originating from here and giving water to the innermost tract of land, and this is giving to the water in the outside most land. Some representative I shown, may not be exactly like that, it may go all over something. And you see here, the rivers are starting from each mountain and giving water to this particular land, this particular land, this particular land. So now it will zooming inside. Same thing. Here there is what is coming? There is Shaka, Krauncha mountain. There is Kusha grass. There is Salmali tree, etc. These are the rivers which are originating from those mountains. Then some more zoom. This is Salmali tree. This is Plaksha tree. This is Jambu tree. In Jambu Deepa there is Jambu tree. These are the rivers. Jambu Deepa we already discussed and seen everything, so I did not put details of Jambu Deepa here. Of course that is very small. So these are the details about the 7 islands in summary. This is another image. This is Manasutara mountain. Thoda zoom. This is a summary of all the details in a table form. Jambu Deepa, Plaksha Deepa, etc. The 7 oceans. That radius starting from the center of Mount Meru. Jambu Deepa is 50,000. Salt water is 1 lakh. And Plaksha Deepa is 2 times to the previous one is 2 lakhs, 2 lakh, 4 lakh, 4 lakh, 8 lakh, 8 lakh, 16 lakh, 16 lakh, 32, 32, 64, 64. Thus if you outer radius if you take sum of these two, this is 0.15, 0.55 like this. The outermost radius of the 7th ocean is 25.35. Okay. And Manasutara mountain is said to be in the middle of Pushkar Deepa. Exactly in the middle. The outer radius of emulsified yogurt ocean is 12.55. Pushkar Deepa is 6.4. So middle of 6.4 is 3.2. If we add 3.2 to 12.755, that becomes 15.75. 12.55 plus 3.2, 15.75. This is the radius of Manasutara mountain. And this is also radius of sun's orbit. Okay? Something like that. And Agnidra had 9 suns. Itmajiva had 7 suns, 7 suns, 7 suns. He has only 2 suns. The 9 suns are worshipping 9 deities. They are worshipping sun, moon, etc. like this. These are the special things that are giving the name to it. So now, yes, yeah, yes, Mount Meru. We don't know. As of now, we don't know. Please wait and see. So now one thing, you remember morning we have read one slide telling the connection to the future section after Visarga, Sarga Visarga, where it said that the diameter of our universe is 500 million yojanas. So till now how much we have discussed? 25.35 million yojanas. This is the radius. If you take into diameter it will be 50. So out of 500 we have discussed only about 50. How much is remaining? Is still remaining. So now let us discuss that. Beyond sweet drinking water, still so much land is there. In the leaf we have discussed only 10% till now. The 10% is 7 dvipas. The remaining 90% now let us discuss what is there. Description of the places outside the 7 islands, that is given in the Bhagavatam. The first one, that which is surrounding the Shuddhodak ocean, is gold land. A tract of land beyond the ocean of sweet water, its width is equal to the radius of Manasutra mountain, that is 15.75 million yojanas. It is a land of gold. It is a land made of gold, looks like with mirror like surface. So any object dropped there cannot be seen again. It looks like a mirror made of gold. Anything fall there, you cannot see it again. It becomes disappear. So therefore people abandoned this land. People in general, they don't live in this place. Only devatas, occasionally they come and spend some time and go. Otherwise people who are living in the other 7 islands, they will not go to this particular tract of land to live. This is some special creation of the Lord. So then following this golden land is Loka Loka mountain. Loka Loka mountain divides the countries that are full of sunlight from those not lit by the sun. There is a Loka Loka mountain which acts like a boundary wall which separates the area which is lit by the sun rays and which is not lit by the sun rays. Why it is, we will see in the future slides. So its radius or its outer radius is equal to the 1/4 of the universe diameter. The total universe diameter is 500. 1/4 of that is 125. Its outer radius is 1/4 of the universe diameter. It is 123. Why it is 123 we will see in the future, but at least close to 125. It is created by the Supreme Lord in all 8 directions. East, west, north, south, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. It is there in all 8 directions. It is circular mountain basically. It extends up to the end of the 3 worlds in height. It started with Bhumandala. In height it goes all the way up to the end of 3 worlds. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. The rays of sun and other planets and the stars that we see every night, they spread throughout the 3 worlds, cannot spread beyond it. The rays of the sun, moon, stars, etc., they are within the 3 worlds. They cannot go beyond the Loka Loka mountain. So that is what it is. So on top of this Loka Loka mountain in 4 directions there are 4 elephants, 4 gigantic elephants. They are known as Rishabha, Pushkarachuda, Vamana, Aparajita. These are the 4 elephants in 4 directions. They are established by Lord Brahma so that all the planets of the universe can be supported. These 4 elephants are actually giving support to the entire Bhumandala. Supreme Lord also resides on top of this Loka Loka mountain for the welfare of all that he has created. The entire Bhumandala, all the universe he only created. For their welfare, Lord himself resides on top of this mountain, looks after their welfare. And he gives enough strength for these 4 elephants so that they perform their task of balancing the Bhumandala. Then, followed by this Loka Loka mountain, there is Aloka Varsha. The tract of land that is inside the Loka Loka mountain is called Loka Varsha. That is outside the Loka Loka mountain is called Aloka Varsha. So this mountain which is separating Loka Varsha and Aloka Varsha, that's why it is called Loka Loka mountain. Simple to understand. A tract of land outside Lokaloka mountain range is called Aloka Varsha. It is known as Aloka Varsha. It is full of darkness. Thus, it is not inhabitable. The sunrise does not come to this place. It is filled with darkness, so people cannot live there. Its breadth is equal to the radius of far edge of Lokaloka mountain. The breadth of this mountain, this area is equal to 1/4 of the diameter of the entire Bhumandala. That is almost equal to 125. So that is 123.3 million yojanas. So thus, the outer radius of the entire Loka Varsha, Lokaloka mountain, Aloka Varsha put together 246.6 million yojanas. The total diameter of Bhumandala is 493.2 million yojanas. This is the outer radius, this is the radius, this is the diameter. So finally, these are the dimensions of Bhumandala, whose diameter is 493, radius is 246.6. So here one thing, 493.2 or 246.6. If the diameter of the universal shell is 500, its radius will be 250. But the leaf, the Bhumandala is occupying the space, the radius of 246.6. Thus there will be a gap of 3.4. So that is called as free space. There is a free space of 3.4 million yojanas surrounding the Bhumandala. So Bhumandala's diameter is 493.2. Thus there is a free space of 3.4 million yojanas all around from the shell. There is small free space followed by the universal covering that starts at 500 million yojanas. Because of this free space, there is free space. Because of this, Lord Shesha holds up the Bhumandala. Some simple things, easy to understand. In future we are going to see where Shesha is resided. The Bhumandala like a lotus leaf that should have some support to be standing upon. There is Shesha who is below the Bhumandala. He is taking the weight of entire Bhumandala. If Bhumandala, its diameter is 500, then there is no need of Shesha. Because in a circle, the longest distance is diameter. If something is kept exactly at the diameter place, whose length is also of diameter, it never falls down. Yes? But because there is a free space, Bhumandala can fall down. To stop that Bhumandala from falling down, there is Lord Shesha in between. Lord Shesha holds the entire Bhumandala upon his hood. This is one connection. Second thing, the 4 directional elephants study the Bhumandala. So from beneath, Shesha may be holding it, but this Bhumandala may tilt like this, like this, like this, like this. So to stop this from tilting any direction, the 4 elephants in 4 directions, they are balancing it. From beneath, Shesha is holding it. From the top, 4 elephants are balancing it. So it is always in steady state. And then Lord Varaha lifted up the earth, that means the whole Bhumandala, which has sunk in Garbhodaka ocean during Swayambhuva Manvantara period and Chakshusha Manvantara period. 2 times the entire Bhumandala was submerged in Garbhodaka ocean. That's where Lord appeared as Varaha and lifted it. The first thing is very simple. When Brahmaji was busy in creation, the Bhumandala was submerged in Garbhodaka ocean. When Swayambhuva Manu was created, Swayambhuva Manu approached Brahma, please give me some service. Then Lord Brahma told, please go to Bhumandala and rule it. Then Swayambhuva Manu said that, where is Bhumandala? Bhumandala already submerged in Garbhodaka ocean. Then Brahmaji was thinking that I myself cannot lift it up. Then he was contemplating on the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord appeared from his nostril as Varaha. He grew so big, then entered into Garbhodaka ocean, searched for Bhumandala and he lifted it and put it on its position. This is one time. The second time we were discussing in the morning, when Matsya came to the king Satyavrata, he told that in 7 days there is going to be a pralaya. That happened during Chakshusha Manvantara. So during that pralaya, the entire Bhumandala was submerged into Garbhodaka ocean. Then after the pralaya is over, eventually Lord Varaha appeared and lifted that Bhumandala that time. While he was lifting the Bhumandala, Hiranyaksha came and fought with Varaha. That time Hiranyaksha said that, hey, this Bhumandala belongs to us. We the residents of Rasatal. So how can you steal our property? Like that he approached Lord. But Lord had a good fight with him and killed him eventually. This all took place in Chakshusha Manvantara. So Lord appeared 2 times and lifted this entire Bhumandala. Because the size is less than the diameter of the universe, so it can fall down into Garbhodaka ocean. So these are like different statements given. So now whatever we discussed till now, everything in pictorial form. This is the universal shell. These are all the things. These are the 7 islands and 7 oceans. And this is golden land, which is in gold color. This is Loka Loka mountain, which is rock, solid rock. This is Aloka Varsha, which is completely dark. And this is free space. There is a small free space of 3.4 million yojanas. The yellow one is universal covering. Pictorially everything makes sense. This is how it is. Now isometric projection. Yes, Prabhu. Use we don't know. That is Lord's creation. That's all. Lord's wonderful creation. Just marvel at the creation. Loka means to see. Aloka means you cannot see. There is no light, sunlight. Aloka Pravesha means it is full of darkness. In that full of darkness, sun risen and gave light. Aloka is actually darkness. Night means darkness only, na? In the darkness only sun appears and gives light. Aloka Pravesha, sun entered into darkness and giving light to everyone. Yes. Anyone? Yes, Prabhu. Quickly. It looks like in Aloka Varsha somebody there we are going to discuss in future slides. Golden land, only Devatas have accessibility. Other living entities cannot come. Only Devatas come. Okay. Everywhere, all the way up to local mountain living entities are there. Here some place may not be, it's okay na, thoda space free रहने दो. Yes, Prabhu, quickly. Not earth, Bhumandala. So, you are talking about Swayambhu Manvantara or Chakshusha Manvantara? Swayambhu Manvantara, just creation started. That time Shesha must not have been born also. Okay? Chakshusha Manvantara, when there is Pralaya, everyone has to give up their service and surrender to the will of the God. If Shesha was there before Pralaya, but during Pralaya he has to give up the service. He cannot say, Pralaya is happening, still I want to do my service. So, eventually, after the Pralaya is over, one of the wife of Kashyapa Muni, Kaduru, gave birth to Shesha. The first son of Kaduru is Shesha. As soon as he was born, he came down and resumed his service. From the time of Pralaya till the birth of Shesha, there was no Shesha to hold up the Bhumandala. Others means? Oh, हम देखेंगे. अभी हम discussing, we are only discussing about leaf. So we are discussing about leaf only. Nothing about other things. Yeah, this is from the top. So now, see in the isometric proof. This is isometric from angle. So this is Aloka Varsha. These are 7 islands. This is Golden Land. This is Loka Loka Mountain. This is Aloka Varsha. Okay? Fine? Now, I have something. You are able to see? Here one star is there. This is pole star. This is. So all the text I removed. Now kindly see. This is how that local mountain looks like. Okay? We are seeing from the top view only the foot of the Lokaloka mountain. It is mentioned in height, it is going all the way up to Svargaloka. The outer boundary of Svargaloka, upper boundary of Svargaloka is Dhruvaloka. So the pole star is Dhruvaloka. So in height it is going all the way up to Dhruvaloka. On top of it, in the 4 directions there are 4 elephants. And because of the presence of sun, the inside portion is bright. And by the presence of this mountain, the outside portion is dark. Because sunrays cannot penetrate through the mountain. Okay? And this area is completely dark, this area is completely bright. By the sun, moon, stars, etc. Okay? It makes some sense? वो बाद में आएंगे, अभी दिखाया नहीं उनको. हाँ, yes, rock solid mountain. Yes, Prabhu, quickly. Yes, yeah, we'll see that. Yes. Ocean is just below the Bhumandala. Just below. Huh? Yeah, it can. If you take a circle, position of diameter, thoda niche bhi almost is equal to diameter. It does not become too small. In a circle, if you see diameter, what is the distance? As you go slowly down, the distance does not become less very fast. Initially, it is almost close to diameter. After some time, it becomes less. Sin 30, sin 60. Or cos 0, cos 30, cos 60. Cos 0, 1. Cos 30, 1 by 2. Or root 3 by 2. Then cos 60 is 1 by 2. Yes, cos 45 itself it should become 1 by 2 if you take linear observation. But a circular, it does not become less immediately. Slowly reduces. So it can fall down. No problem. Okay. I will give you a block of mud. I give you a block of mud. You throw into the water. What will happen? Yeah, perfect. It will dissolve. So when it dissolves, it becomes smaller. Then it can go deep into the ocean. Then Varaha has to search it. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Perfect. We'll see whether they are also falling or not. We don't know. As of now, we don't know anything. We don't know where they are also. We don't know. Okay. There is a pastime connected to it. So, during Swayambhu Manvantara, in the beginning, when the Vedas were stolen by Madhu and Kaitaba, Lord appeared as Hagriv, and he killed both Madhu and Kaitaba and retrieved the Vedas, gave to Brahma. But Lord Varaha also appeared and lifted the Bhumandala. Because Bhumandala is already there in the water for so long, it already dissolved. Only small portion of the Bhumandala was there. So he took the flesh of Madhu and Kaitaba. Madhu and Kaitaba are powerful Rakshasas, their flesh is very strong. He took the flesh of their bodies and he mixed it with Bhumandala and made Bhumandala into strong solid body and put it in its original location. It got dissolved, but by adding the mass of the flesh of Madhu and Kaitaba, it became again same size. So then there are 7 coverings of the universe, the 7 layers made up of earth, water, fire, ether, Faltigo and Mahatattva. Each is 10 times better than the previous one, etc. After the gap, the 7 layers, the original things which we discussed in the Sarga yesterday, same 7 layers are coming. And beyond these 7 coverings is Brahmajyoti. After Brahmajyoti there is, okay, whatever. There is Vaikuntha planets and then Golok, etc. So beyond this Aloka Varsha and after the universal shell is the destination of the pure souls who are the aspirants of liberation. Basically, a kind of connection is giving. beyond the jurisdiction of three modes. That area is freed from three modes. It is completely pure. Lord Krishna and Arjuna traveled through this entire area, whatever we discussed, to retrieve the sons of Brahmana. They all the way they went up to Mahavishnu and retrieved the sons, etc. Here are the dimensions, everything. The golden land is 15.75. If you add this to 25, that becomes 41. And there is Lokaloka mountain, which is twice to the dimension of the inner radius. That is 82. 41 plus 82 becomes 123. And Aloka Varsha, which is equal to the same dimension, 123, 123. If you combine them, it becomes 246. The free space is around 3.4. That is total becomes 250. Then comes universal coverings. Then comes the destination of pure souls. So everything in a 3D picture. This is Aloka Varsha, this is Lokaloka mountain. So this is the Garbhodaka ocean. This is the free space, etc. Everything is there in this. This is in a 3D image. This looks like this. This is another image of the same thing. This is another image with all the details. Though this is the summary of what we have discussed till now. Jambu Deepa, etc. all the way up to Pushkara Deepa. Then Golden Land, Lokaloka Varsha, Aloka Varsha, free space, beyond the universal covering, etc. So everything in a summary. Jambu Deepa, first ocean, second ocean, third ocean. Okay. This is 7th island. There is Manasottar mountain. On top of this, in 4 sides, there are the residents of 4 devatas. In the east, Indra; in the west, Varuna; in the north, Soma; in the south, Yama. Sun is traveling above this mountain in his chariot. This is Manasottar mountain. Then there is Shuddhodaka ocean. Then there is Golden Land. Then there is Lokaloka mountain. This black one is Loka mountain. This is Aloka Varsha. This is what it is in total. This is the boundary. This is universal covering. Yes. Privrata was changing orbit. Whether sun is changing his orbit or not, we will discuss in the last session. So these are some. Okay. This is the summary which we discussed till now. This is Aloka Varsha, Lokaloka mountain, Loka Varsha. This is Golden Land. When we magnify this one, these are the 7 islands, 7 oceans, and this is magnified here. This is here. When that is also magnified, it is like this. This is the whole Jambu Deepa in that Bharata Varsha, 9 parts. This is the bottommost part is. Okay. And in that, India is here. In India, Kanpur is here. In Kanpur, in one corner, we are sitting in this hall. So, how big is the universe? In that, how big is the Bhumandala? In that, how big is the 7 islands? In that, how big is the Jambu Deepa? In that, how big is the Bharata Varsha? In that, how big is Bharata Khanda? In that, how big is India? In that, how big is Kanpur? How big is this room? And in our mind, we may think that I am the center of the entire universe. Though we are not, but we may think.
The greater earthly planetary system extends out to the edges of the universe and has a diameter of 4 billion miles. Known as Bhumandala, shaped like a lotus flower, it has 7 concentric islands and oceans with Mount Meru as its pericarp. The 7 oceans respectively contain salt water, sugarcane juice, liquor, clarified butter, milk, emulsified yogurt, and sweet drinking water. Sometimes Vedic cosmology is misconstrued as portraying the earth to be a flat disk. This flat earth misconception arises partly due to our inability to understand Vedic nomenclature. A single object may be referred to by several names, and a single name may refer to several objects. For example, the term Earth may be used to describe at least 6 different aspects of cosmology. The Earth we live on is indeed a globe as explained by the Sanskrit word parimandale, meaning spherical, used in the Mahabharata text. The flat disk refers to the greater earthly planetary system of Bhumandala. 4 elephants of inestimable size are placed at the 4 directions for balancing the greater earth.
So there is one small reference from Vayu Purana. It says that the movements of these luminaries cannot be seen and understood by naked eyes. We should follow the scriptures, our perceptions, prataksha, our inference, anumana, and believe with devotion in what has been stated in the scriptures. Finally, agama, shabda. And then, dear intellectuals, the eye, the scriptures, the water, that is path of Mother Ganga, the pictures, all the variety of diagrams, and mathematics, these are the means of knowing anything about the celestial system. These are the 5 means. With the help of these 5 things, we can understand, try to understand the celestial things. So, this is all about Bhumandala, about the lotus leaf. So, we will take a quick break, then we will continue at 7 o'clock. Then we will get into another presentation. We are discussing the second part of our presentation. So, references from Srila Vadaraja Tirtha's Bhugola Varnanam. So, he is a Acharya in the line of Madhvas. So, he has compiled a book known as Bhugola Varnanam. He gives many more details that were not mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. He fills in where the gaps are there in Bhagavatam, so that everything becomes a clear-cut understanding. At least to some extent it becomes more clear. So now let us see what he says in his book. So these are different discussions we will be having in this presentation. Divisions of 7 Dvipas, Gold, Diamond Land, Jambu Dvipa, Bharatavarsha, Bharatakanda, shape and location of Bharatakanda, orbits of Sun, Moon, Rahu. Why can't we see everything described above? There is one question we are dealing with. We are discussing about Jambu Dvipa, Mount Meru, so many things. So why can't we see them? There is one question dealt with different kinds of reasoning, etc. We will see that. So Srila Vadaraja Tirtha is a saint born in 1840, lived over 120 years until 1600. So he is a renowned Acharya in the line of Srila Madhvacharya after Sri Jayatirtha. Madhvacharya is the first personality who compiled many Vedic literature, giving commentary to many literatures. Later on, to comment on the commentaries of Madhvacharya, Jayatirtha appeared. Jayatirtha gave commentary to the works of Madhvacharya. Maybe some he did it. Still many more are remaining. So later on, Srila Vadaraja Tirtha came and he gave commentary to the works of Madhvacharya. So just like we have Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they compiled so many Vedic literatures. Later on, Jiva Goswami gave commentaries to the works of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Later on, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also gave commentaries to the works of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami and Jiva Goswami, etc. So it's like that. Acharyas give comment to the previous Acharyas. So that matter becomes easy for us to digest. So now we are going to see few things from the structure of the universe as per Srila Vadaraja Tirtha's Bhugola Varnanam. So he talks about Brahmanda. Brahmanda is a hollow golden shell, fully round in every direction. Thus it is spherical, whose internal width or internal diameter is 500 million yojanas. Our Brahmanda is spherical in shape. Its internal diameter is 500 million yojanas. And in that, exactly in the middle, a vast land which spreads across the diameter, exactly in the middle, that leaf of that lotus, consisting of 3 parts. Even in Bhagavatam discussion also, we have divided into 3 parts. The whole Bhumandala divided into 3 parts. Outside part is Aloka Varsha, then Lokaloka mountain, then Loka Varsha. The radius of the Loka Varsha is 41.1. The width of the Lokaloka mountain is 2 times to 41.1, that is 82.2. If you combine these two, how much it is? 41 plus 82, 123.3. The width of the Aloka Varsha is 123.3. What is the ratio? 41, 82, 123. 1 is to 2 is to 3. That is the ratio. So now it consists of 3 parts. He also divides into 3 parts, but with little bit difference in dimensions. Thoda sa alage, no problem. So this is lower part of the universe, Garbhoda Koshan, upper part is sky. The innermost part is called circular earth, which is synonymous to Loka Varsha. Second one is synonymous to Loka mountain. Third one is Ganodaka. The second one is region of darkness or Andhatamas. That is synonymous to Loka mountain. So this is Aloka Varsha, this is Loka mountain, this is Loka Varsha, synonymous to it. So this is this entire thing is Bhumandala. This is universal shell. So according to Bhugola Varnanam, the dimensions are central earth is 35.71, region of darkness is 71.43, 2 times to it, and Ganodaka is 142, 2 times to 71. He takes the ratio of 1:2:4. Bhagavatam gives the ratio of 1:2:3. Little difference is there, but only the outer regions are different. Inner regions of the 7 islands are same. There is no difference in the 7 islands. So now circular earth, this is the region of darkness, this is the Ganodaka, solidified water. The third region is solidified water. This is 1:2:4 ratio, little difference. Then we'll discuss about it, what it is. Now just we are entering into subject matter. One step by step everything is discussed. Now it talks about circular earth. So earth with 7 islands and oceans, it is 5.07 crore yojanas. 25.35 is the radius of the outer radius of the 7th ocean. If you multiply into 2, 50.7 million yojanas. In terms of crore yojanas, it is 5.07 crore yojanas. They use all the dimensions in terms of crore yojanas. In Bhagavatam we use million yojanas. Just multiplication of 10, that's all, nothing else. Land of gold, both opposite side. Surrounding these 7 islands is golden land. In Bhagavatam also we have golden land. That is 0.64 on either side. And surrounding this golden land there is land of diamond. This is like Swarna Bhumi. This is Vajralepa, they call it. This is 0.4 to 0.42. So combining all these, it comes around 7.19. So but actually it is 7.14. In the previous slide it said 7.14. Whatever excess land is there, this is 0.05, that is called as Brahma Bhumi. There is 7 islands, 7 oceans, there is golden land, there is diamond land, there is something called Brahma Bhumi also within the entire circular earth. The innermost Loka Varsha, they have further more divisions. The one golden land divided into golden land, diamond land and Vajralepa. And Brahma Bhumi. So these are all we see. This is what we have seen, the 7 Dvipas and 7 oceans surrounded by golden land, surrounded by diamond land. This is all circular earth. And there is a small tract of land, that is Brahma Bhumi surrounding it. So then the second one, description of Andhatamas, or the region of complete darkness. Beyond Brahma Bhumi comes the Loka Parvata. This is darkness is nothing but Loka Parvata. This is surrounding Brahma Bhumi. This is called Andhatamas, or a pit of darkness. They say this is Adogati, the downward path. They say after crossing the Loka mountain, there is a pit of darkness. After Loka mountain, there is a pit of darkness, into which the highly sinful living entities are thrown. They say this is eternal hell. The highly sinful people, they don't have any form of rectification. They are thrown into pit of darkness. That is the concept explained in this Bhugola Varnanam. They call it as eternal hell. This is like petrified darkness turned into ice. The Loka mountain is made up of complete ice. That's what they say. Followed by, there is Ganodaka. Gana, Udaka. Udaka means water, Gana means solid. It is solidified water, which is nothing but Garbhodaka. The third region, whatever they call Ganodaka, that is actually they are referring to Garbhodaka ocean. Instead of calling it as Garbhodaka ocean, they are calling it as Gana Udaka, because the water is solidified form. So this is how they are describing. Now we see in the pictorial form, when you see through the cross section of the Bhumandala, here is Mount Meru. So here is the moon, here is sun, they are moving around Mount Meru. Here is the Loka mountain. Here, so kindly observe. For example, sun is here. Because of sun, everyone it will be bright. But there is, sorry, Lokaloka mountain. Because of the presence of Lokaloka mountain, there is darkness on the other side of Lokaloka mountain. Because sun rays cannot go across the Lokaloka mountain. And according to them, there is Andatamas, pit of darkness is surrounding Lokaloka mountain. This is a big pit. The highly sinful people are thrown into this darkness, deep dark well. It is very difficult for them to come out of this deep dark well. And then they also talk about the 28 hellish planets are located somewhere below Mount Meru, here. Okay. Yes, we are getting into it. The next slides, it becomes more clear. There is future one more image. There it becomes more clear. Here we are just introducing the things. So this is not to scale, just to indicate the things. This is the pole star, this is Mount Meru, etc. The height of this Lokaloka mountain is starting from Bhumandala, it goes all the way up to pole star. This is the total height of this Lokaloka mountain. So now, there is a description of nether worlds. Within the hollows of the earth, down below, these nether worlds are located. They are called hollows within the earth. The earth below them is rocky in nature. So basically what they are saying is, this is the location where the 7 lower planets are occupied. This is the entire Bhumandala. Within the Bhumandala there are so many holes. Those holes are called as Atala, Vitala, Sutala, etc. That's why they are called as Bila Swarga. Bila means cave. In a mountain when you climb up, there are so many caves. They are called Bila. So these are like caves inside the Bhumandala. Yes, Bhumandala. Everything is Bhumandala here. So the Bhumandala, here earth means, the Bhumandala below them is rocky in nature. After the 7 lower planets, whatever remaining Bhumandala is there, that is rocky in nature. Below that rock Bhumandala, the rock substance of Bhumandala, is the location of Ashtadiggajas. There are 8 elephants which are produced during Samudra Manthan pastime. Afterwards, they have given the service of taking the weight of entire Bhumandala. These 8 elephants carrying the weight of entire Bhumandala. And this is the same location where Yamadharma city is situated. The hellish planets previous slide shown, that is the location where the 8 elephants are there. They are the location of hellish planets. These hellish planets are surrounded by a big moat which is many yojanas wide and very deep. This is known as Vaitarani river, which gives terror to all variety of sinful people. Sinful people are thrown into the Vaitarani river. They have to cross through that river, eating, drinking all the pus, blood, marrow, mucus, etc. There are thousands of hells such as Raurava in this area for punishing the sinners of different kinds. So beneath the earth, these hellish planets are located beneath the earth and above the Garbhodaka ocean or Ganodaka according to them. Hard earth, the entire Bhumandala, finds supports on Adishesha's head. There are 8 elephants also taking the weight of Bhumandala, and they also take shelter of Adishesha, all put together carrying the weight of entire Bhumandala. Now the entire Bhumandala has been shifted a little bit above. This is the thickness of the leaf. Whatever leaf we are discussing till now, this is the total thickness of the entire Bhumandala. This is Mount Meru, which is 84,000 yojanas above and 16,000 below. These are the 7 lower planets, which are known as Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. They are located within the Bhumandala in hollow cavities. Cavity. Yes, cavity only. The dimensions are, this mountain is 16,000. The dimension of these 7 lower planets is 10,000 by 10,000 by 10,000. They are like a cube. The length, breadth, height, they are all 10,000 each. So here to here 10,000, here to 10,000, like that 7 10,000s. There is a gap between 2 successive lower planets. That is about 500. So if you add all these things, it becomes around 89. So whatever is remaining, that is 11,000. The extra earth is about 11,000. This earth is referring to be rocky substance. This is fully made up of rocks. This is the place where the hellish planets are located. The actual distance from Bharata Varsha to hellish planets is 99,000 yojanas. This number is given in chapter 31 of Bhagavatam 3rd canto, wherein the activities of the living entities are explained. No, this is chapter 30 only, not 31. In chapter 30, when a person is dead, Yamadutas come and take him to hellish planets, which is located at a distance of 99,000 yojanas. So if you see, all this put together, it is 1 lakh yojanas from here to here. 7 lower planets of 70,000, this is 16,000, this is 11,000. There are 6 gaps, each 500, that becomes 3,000. 3,000 plus 16,000 is 19,000. 19 plus 70, 18,000 plus 11. How much? 100,000. This is thickness of the Bhumandala is 1 lakh. But the dimension, the measurement given for hellish planets is 99,000. That means hellish planets are almost at the lower edge of the Bhumandala. They are also within Bhumandala. They are not outside the Bhumandala. This is the location of Bhumandala. Sorry, this is the location of hellish planets. There are 8 elephants which are situated below Bhumandala, carrying the weight of entire Bhumandala. These are the 8 elephants. From front side, when you see only 5 elephants you see. The remaining 3 are the behind. One is behind this, one is behind this, one is behind this. So I did not show them. It is clear? Any confusion? These are same dimensions. 17,000, 16,000, 3,000, 11,000 all put together 1 lakh. Now the 3D picture. This is the entire universe. This is the Garbhodaka ocean. This is the entire Bhumandala. This is Mount Meru. These are the 7 lower planets within the Bhumandala. Below them is the hellish planets. Below them are the Ashtadikajas, the 8 elephants. You are able to see? Yeah, this picture is clear. Below them is Shesha, who is taking the weight of the entire Bhumandala. Below them is Kurma. Snake cannot float in the water. Can snake float in the water? No. But a tortoise can float. Huh? Okay. I understood your confusion. In the next picture it becomes more clear. So these are the 7 coverings. Okay, it is like this. This is the Garbhodaka ocean. Hare Krishna. Okay. Now, please take the responsibility of switching on. No, wait. Give some time for that to cool down. So we'll discuss in the meantime. Though a tortoise can float in the water, this tortoise is floating in the water, Garbhodaka ocean. Above the tortoise is the snake, that Anantashesh. The Shesha giving support to Ashtadikajas. Ashtadikajas carrying the weight of Bhumandala. So this is the entire structure. Why difficult? Simple, na? Ek upar ek. Because everyone has to be engaged in service. So Kurma has got some service, Shesha has got some service, 8 elephants also have got some service. So actually this in Bhagavatam does not give direct reference about these 8 elephants and also the Kurma. There is no reference about these 2 in the 5th canto. But there is a reference about these things in other places. When it comes to Samudra Manthan pastime in the 8th canto, they talk about the production of these 8 elephants. They come off their production, that thing. And there are 8 she elephants also. They have their wives also. All of them goes down to Bhumandala, carry that service. Even when Banasura, he has 1,000 hands, he was itching to fight. He wanted to fight with equal opponent. He went all over, no one is there. He went below the Bhumandala. There he saw these 8 elephants. He requested them to fight with him, but elephant fled away. Elephant fled away from him. They don't want to fight with him because he's so powerful. Then he goes back to Lord Shiva. He says to Lord Shiva, yes, Lord Shiva, I could not find an equal opponent. I want to fight with someone. So indirectly says that I want to fight with you. But Lord Shiva says that, you fool, don't worry so much. Very soon you will get your opponent. He will crush your pride. So later on, the pastime of Pradyumna, Aniruddha looking at, that Usha and Aniruddha pastime happens. Lord Krishna comes to fight with Banasur and he cuts off all his hands, leaving him with 4 hands, something like that. So that pastime took place. So this is how it is. Here is our Kurma floating in the water. He is giving support to Shesha. Shesha giving support to 8 elephants. And this is the entire Bhumandala in which hellish planets, lower 7 planets, Mount Meru, etc. everything is there. This is the image drawn by the Bhugola Varnanam book. This is the image there in the Bhugola Varnanam book. Yes, Prabhu. Vadiraja Tirtha. Okay. Then? Okay. I did not get into the details. That is a lot of theory. Yeah, I'll tell you. Currently, who is Brahma? Who is our Brahma? Someone. Some living entity is our Brahma. After the pastime of Ramayana, Lord Ram was very much pleased with the service of Hanumanji. Lord Ram wanted to give a blessing to Hanumanji that you please come to Ayodhya, spiritual Ayodhya. Hanumanji says, no, I don't want to come. I want to stay here to hear your Ramayana Katha. Okay? But Lord Ram awards him a special benediction. I am very much satisfied with you. I will award you the post of Brahma. In the next Manvantara, in the next lifetime, the next creation, Hanumanji is going to be the Brahmaji. Basically, Hanumanji is an expansion of Vayu. The current whoever is the Vayu, he will become Brahmaji in the next time, after 50 years of Brahma. Okay? And sorry to add to something to Prabhuji's class. Today morning in the purport, it was read that when Lord Brahmaji is offering prayers, Lord Krishna became indifferent to Brahma. Because one of the last prayers offered by Brahma is that, oh Lord, make me a Gulmalata or a tree in Vrindavan. Lord Krishna is thinking that, I gave you some service to do the activities of Brahmaji. And you want to give up that service and become tree in Vrindavan. Then whom I will find to make Brahma? So thus, Lord Krishna acted as if indifferent. Because he wants this personality to perform his service for 50 more years. If he gives up his service, becomes a tree in Vrindavan, who will do that service? It is not easy to find a person, suitable candidate to do the service of Brahma. So it is a big task. So Lord Ram gave that responsibility to Hanumanji. He will become next Brahma. Okay? Then, same way in that succession, this is the written in Kurma Puran, etc. Kurma Puran. There are 200 personalities who are very highly evolved personalities. They are called as Rujus. Even in Bhagavatam also, couple of places this Ruju word comes. Ruju means highly self-realized being. Prabhupada translates it as. So among that list, the very first one is the current personality who is in the Brahma's post. The second personality is Vayu. The third personality is Latavya, who appeared as Vadiraja Tirtha. Currently, Vayu is doing his service as Vayudev. This Latavya, he will become Vayu in the next Manvantara. In the next Manvantara, this personality will become Vayu. That's why Vadiraja Tirtha is called as Bhavi Samira. He is going to be next to Vayu, next to air god. So currently he is in induction program. Just like Vayu can go anywhere, all over the universe. Similarly, the one who is going through the induction program also can go everywhere. He has not yet become Vayu, but now he is as good as Vayu. So he personally traveled all over the universe. He personally seen what is where. So he has compiled this book without any mistakes. That is how the biographers in the line of Madhva they say. So he is as powerful as Vayu. He has personally witnessed everything. So whatever he is giving is Shabda Pramana for us. There is no contradiction in his description. That's how they say. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Aloka Varsha. That is Andatamas, that is eternal hell. Ah. Highly sinful, highly sinful. More than the normal hellish planets. Ah. Yes. Mm. It will be destroyed. Eternal hell in the sense they will suffer for the whole day of Brahma. That in that way. Not eternal in the sense whole time. At least for the day of Brahma they will suffer because their mistake is so grave, they need to get that much suffering. And they quote two verses from 16th chapter. Tan aham dvishyakuran samsareshu naradama. Those two verses they tell. Even Lord Krishna tells like that. They quote those two verses while describing this. This picture is clear? Yes. It is long compared to the 28 hellish planet. That is long. Which Vishnu? He is there inside the Garbhodak ocean. No, see these are all indicative. They are not active according to the dimensions. So this is the entire Garbhodak ocean. Na? Vishnu may be here. अभी stem कहाँ है? Stem गया. Stem आया. Brahma divided into 14 parts. No, 14 planets only there. There is no more stem. That Shesh is different from this Shesh. He is different from that Shesh. That Ananta Shesh is an expansion of Balramji, who expands at the bed of Lord Vishnu. This is a living entity who is the son of Kashyapa and Kadru. This is a Shakti Avesh avatar. That is Vishnu Tattva. There is a two are different. समुद्र मंथन से 8 एलिफेंट आया था, ये एलिफेंट्स. This kurma, they are different. According to Madhvas, they say this is Vayu kurma. The Vayu himself expanded himself as a kurma and supporting here. This is he is empowered living entity. That is Lord Vishnu himself. Yes, both are living entities. This kurma as well as the Shesha both are living entities. Shakti Avesh avatars. So now,
below the earthly planetary system are 7 subterranean realms named Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala, which do not receive sunlight and which are inhabited primarily by demoniac living entities. To reach the first one must go 80,000 miles downward through underground tunnels. At successive depths of 80,000 miles are the remaining 6 netherworlds, all of which are fully developed underground civilizations. In the 4th level downward, Talatala Loka, lives the magical architect Maya Danava, who has designed many brilliantly decorated cities where proud materialists reside. Below the nether worlds are the 28 hellish planetary systems. The demigod of justice, Yamaraj, judges the unrighteous human beings after their deaths and sends them to one of these planets. There, errant souls are administered appropriate punitive measures corresponding to their misdeeds. The earthly and subterranean planetary systems rest upon one of the hoods of the gigantic
that we'll discuss tomorrow. The 14 planet system. Here, the purpose is not to discuss all those places, but purpose is we have to come to a conclusion. For that it is mentioned. All the lower different variety of Nagas, Asuras, they are living in the lower planets. All the Danavas, they are living in the lower planets. Daityas, Danavas, Asuras, they are all living in lower planets. One way Punya only, but they are all demonic mentality. Punya of demonic mentality. Not higher, even higher than Indras. We'll be there. We'll discuss tomorrow how they are there, everything.
Below the earthly planetary system are 7 subterranean realms named Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala, which do not receive sunlight and which are inhabited primarily by demoniac living entities. To reach the first one must go 80,000 miles downward through underground tunnels. At successive depths of 80,000 miles are the remaining 6 netherworlds, all of which are fully developed underground civilizations. On the 4th level downward, Talatala Loka, lives the magical architect Nayadanava, who has designed many brilliantly decorated cities where proud materialists reside. Below the nether worlds are the 28 hellish planetary systems. The demigod of justice, Yamaraj, judges the unrighteous human beings after their deaths and sends them to one of these planets. There, errant souls are administered appropriate punitive measures corresponding to their misdeeds.
With this video it becomes clear. अभी देखो अभी एक जगह पर है एक जगह पर नहीं. Huh? No. We are not getting into details. What is there in the Bhagavatam, that much only. Yes, Prabhu. Okay, wait. Tomorrow morning we'll discuss that. When we discuss 14 planet system, it is there. It is stable at one place only, but floating above the water. It does not allow the entire Bhumandala to sink in the water. So in that way. Okay? We'll go ahead. So we have discussed the position of the 7 lower planets and hellish planets, 8 elephants, Shesha, Kurma, with a purpose in mind. Not to discuss them per se, but to come to a conclusion. So what is that we are seeing now? This is interesting slides, couple of slides, which changes the entire paradigm what we have come up till now. It is going to change entirely. The earth below Patala is all rocky in nature. That is 11,000 area, that is rocky in nature. And it is the location of Ashtadigajas. Just below that there are 8 elephants. Below this, Lord Adishesha supports the earth from sinking into Garnodaka or Garbhodaka ocean. This is what we have seen in the pictures and the video. Everything is clear. The hellish planets, which are in line with the direction elephants, that is Ashtadigajas, are naturally above the Ganodaka and below the surface of visible earth. But at least according to the dimensions given in Bhagavatam, we saw that the thickness of Bhumandala is 1 lakh yojanas. The distance from Bharata Varsha to hellish planets is 99,000 yojanas. They are little inside the Bhumandala. Even though if they say that they are below the surface of the earth and above the Ganodaka, both are almost same. They are on the lower boundary of the Bhumandala. That means hellish planets are below surface of Bhumandala, are on the lower surface of the Bhumandala and above Ganodaka. This one statement kindly remember. It is above Ganodaka and below the lower surface of Bhumandala. As per Srimad Bhagavatam, the hellish planets are located beneath the earth but above Ganodaka. Since the odd earth extends downward up to where it finds support on Adishesha's head. Bhagavatam talks about Adishesha only. It does not include 8 elephants. So in that way. So now further he continues. He comes to the conclusion. Here is substantial ground for us to conceive that the 7 islands with their surrounding oceans are not flat like a single rupee coin. Whatever images we have shown till now, everything like a plane. Everything is a plane. Now he is telling that they are not flat like a single rupee coin, but they take a terrace type of arrangement. What is terrace type? We'll see very soon. They say that thus the Pushkara Dvipa, that is the 7th island, the outermost island, is 2 lakh yojanas lower than the upper edge of the basket like Jambu Dvipa. Jambu Dvipa looks like a basket. It's from its upper edge. Pushkar Dvipa is at a depth of 2 lakh yojanas. That's what they are saying. And the surface of Ganodaka, beyond the region of darkness or beyond the region of Lokaloka mountain, is in line with the Pushkara Dvipa. The location of hellish planets is slightly above this line. Ganodaka is just below the 8 elephants. The hellish planets are just above 8 elephants. That's what it means. So this is what terrace structure. When you typed in the Google, this is what image is shown. In the middle it is peak, gradually it is going downward. This is inverted terrace structure. In the middle it is low, gradually it is going upward. And this is another image, terrace structure. So this is what we are discussing till now. How could be the entire Bhumandala with Lokaloka mountain look like? This is the entire Bhumandala, the vast Bhumandala, whose width is 493.6 or something like that. And this is the thickness of Bhumandala. This is 1 lakh. This is the Mount Meru, 7 lower planets, hellish planets, 8 elephants, Shesha, Kurma, etc. Everything is there. This is the 7 islands, 7 oceans. This is the golden land. This is Lokaloka mountain. This is Aloka Varsha. Everything is clear? But according to the previous slide, they say this is Aloka Varsha that we say in Bhagavatam. They are saying it is Ganodaka. Ganodaka means Garbhodaka. But Garbhodaka is here. But how come Ganodaka can be here? This is supposed to be in the water. So put it in the water. Okay? Okay. But it does not make any sense. It cannot be like this. Because Bhugola Varnam also talks about 3 divisions. They are supposed to be same. They are supposed to be similar. So now, how it can be? It will be like this. Now, are they in proper sequence? Previously, the line was like this. Now, after these 2 points, the line is like this. Tapering. Here it is stopped, gradually decreasing. This is the 7 islands, 7 oceans. This is the golden land. This is Mount Meru gradually coming down and it is touching the Ganodaka. Yeah, that is. The 3rd division, which is known as Aloka or Ganodaka, is part of Garbhodaka ocean. Now there is no confusion. Yes, Prabhu. Huh? It is only Garbhodaka ocean. Ganodaka, yeah. Which trench? Huh? This is all solidified water. According to them, this entire thing is Ganodaka means Garbhodaka ocean is solidified water. The entire Garbhodaka, they call it as Ganodaka. That itself they consider the 3rd part of the Bhumandala. This is 3rd part of the Bhumandala. Solidified water. Water in solid state. Ice. Iceberg. Yeah, I got it. This question they ask. Yeah, that could be one of the possibilities. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Okay, that is as per Bhagavatam. As per them, the space is very high. The free space is from here to here. Some devotees were asking, how can Bhumandala can fall down into Garbhodaka ocean? Now it can fall down. There is a lot of free space. It can happily fall down without any this thing. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, there is a here only. There is a pit made into Garnodaka, so they are into Garnodaka. Iceberg. So they are. It's a petrified darkness made up of ice. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So, in third canto, 7th chapter, Vidura asks a question. Hare Krishna. In third canto, 7th chapter, Vidura asks a question. His question is very simple. We know that Paramatma is living very close to the living entity, inside the region of the heart. How is it that living entity is going through misery? When Paramatma, who is friendly to all the living entities, living very next to him, still living entity is going through misery. Why? So, same thing. Though Garbhadaksha Vishnu, so Garbhadaksha Vishnu is there, still people are suffering. So, something. Okay? This is clear, Prabhuji. This is the explanation given by Vadra Tirtha according to Bhugola Varnam. So, this will actually help us many things in the future. So, it is like this. So, the Bhumandala takes the shape of terra structure. So, it is. So, it can be, visually we can represent it like this. So, now, it is also mentioned about some dimensions. From the top, we'll take. From the top of Jambudipa, that is peak of Mount Meru, Pushkara Deepa is at a height of 2 lakh, at a depth of 2 lakh yojanas. So, approximately the height of Mount Meru is 1 lakh yojanas. From the base of Mount Meru to Pushkara Deepa can be considered to be 1 lakh yojanas. Because the whole thickness of the Bhumandala is 1 lakh yojanas. When it is tapered, this portion we can take it as almost 0, something like that. So, in that way, it cannot be, it may not be, but approximately we are taking. So, no need to go. See, I was mentioning the thickness of Bhumandala is 1 lakh yojanas. It is mentioned that from Pushkara Deepa, the top of Jambudipa is 2 lakh yojanas. Top of Jambudipa is top of Mount Meru. So, from base of Mount Meru to top of Mount Meru, we can take approximately 1 lakh. Though it is 84,000, 1 lakh we will take. And this is 1 lakh. The thickness of Bhumandala is 1 lakh. That means the 7th island, the Pushkara Deepa, afterwards Golden Land, everything is almost at a small wafer kind of thing. It has not much thickness in that way. So, that is how we can understand. Yes, Prabhu, somebody was raising hand. This is Aloka. Ganodaka, that is Garbhodaka ocean. See, according to Madhva scholars, it is saltified water. So, somebody was questioning, if the entire thing is saltified water, why do we need Shesha, Kurma, etc., all these supports? Ice ke upar rakh sakte usko. So, one devotee mentioned that the boundary it is solid, in between it can be watery. So, see, though it is solid, but there is a risk of becoming water. Inside is water. When you put a huge mass of entire Bhumandala with local mountain, because of that heavy weight, there is a collapse, entire collapse. See, Prabhuji, why I am not trying to make fun of all these things. See, these are all, we with our technical brain, we try to analyze, why not like this, why not like this. From my side, honestly, I am saying, it is described like this. Honestly, accept it. Instead of trying to analyze why it is like that. Of course, we should analyze, we have to analyze, but there should be a limit for analysis. So kindly accept the way it is described. Okay, let us go ahead. I showed everything in Kolkata. Same way we are discussing now, they also ask. Okay. Now, yes, bro. Ah, yes. That is horizontal dimension, na? Now we are discussing height wise. Height wise, we are gradually coming down. Horizontally, it is same. Whatever the width of that is from the top view. Now we are seeing from the front view, the cross section we are seeing. So it is the dimension will still remain as it is. There is no change in the dimensions. Is it clear at least? Because in all the future diagrams, we are going to show the Bhumandala like this only, not a flat Bhumandala. Bhumandala will be always like this only. Yes, bro. Spherical earth globe. Earth globe is only spherical, nothing else is spherical as of now. What else is spherical? Is there anything else is spherical? Brahmanda is spherical. This Brahmanda, outer Brahmanda is spherical. And our earth globe in which we are living is spherical. Nothing else is spherical as of now. The way it was described as of now. Whatever. In the Bhagavatam they are like concentric circles. Now it has become little bit. From the top view concentric circles, from front view they are like tapered. So itna abhi tak itna hi hua. So just kindly see this. This is from the top view. When you see the entire circular earth. This is how it look like. The entire, the 7 islands, the Bhumandala, that part. So this is Mount Meru, Jambu Dipa, 2nd Dipa, 3rd Dipa, 4th Dipa, 5th Dipa, 6th Dipa, 7th Dipa. This is 7th Dipa. This is Manasutra mountain. This is Shuddhodaka ocean. This is Golden land. This is Diamond land. And surrounding this is the Lokaloka mountain. This is how the Bhumandala look like. Not exactly, but something I try to make it. So it appeared like this. Okay? No, Lokalaka will be as it is. Not much. Lokalaka is very high. This is only 1 lakh yojanas, not much. It will not change. It will be as it is. Okay? So it is not only the concept of books, it is the concept of reality also. We will discuss how it is. So this is what it is. The Bhumandala, everything look like. Here also image is gradually going down. Everything gradually going down. So these are all. This is the 2 lakhs. This Pushkar Dipa to base of Jambu Dipa is 1 lakh. The height of Mount Meru is another lakh. As it is, there are 2 lakhs. So this is Polestar is located here. This is Lokaloka mountain. Inside everything is bright, outside everything is dark. This is the boundary of Lokaloka mountain. So last year for Brahmacharya Yatra we have visited Sringeri, the Sharada Peetam of Shankaracharya. So in the Sringeri temple we had one stupa called Mahameru Stupa. The yantra on which the deity of Sharada Devi is placed is called Mahameru Yantra. They have typical structure. That Mahameru Yantra they actually made physically. They kept it in one corner. They have told that don't take any photographs. But somehow or other we requested some devotees to take a photograph of that. So this is that photograph of that Mahameru Yantra. They worship once in a year this Mahameru Yantra. They bring it out during Brahmosava festival, whatever they have that time. You see, this is the Bhumandala. These are the 8 elephants. Below this there will be Shesha, etc. These are the other 3 layers. Aloka Varsha, Lokaloka mountain, Loka Varsha, etc. These are all like, this is the Pushkar Dipa. The lotus petals are there, na? That is Pushkar Dipa. This is 6th one, 5th one, 4th one, 3rd one, 2nd one. Thoda aur ek image. Here you see, here is this is Mount Meru. This is Mount Meru. This is called Mahameru Yantra. This is inside Sringeri temple. This I collected it from Google. In the Google I typed it and came. And this is the one of the stupa which is there many places in Karnataka. I think it is in Mysore. In the road they constructed this Mahamir stupa. Just like in the township, whenever we go in the road and there is a junction, in the center there is some particular special thing. So this Mahamir stupa is also constructed in some of the places in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So whatever descriptions are given in the Vedic literature, how the physical appearance also. The entire Bhumandala being terrace type structure. So that is not from Madhvas, but this is from Shankarites. So now we are entering into Jambudvipa, the description of Jambudvipa. So Jambudvipa looks like a basket because there is no sunlight enters into Ilavrita Varsha. Why sunlight does not enter into Ilavrita Varsha? Ilavrita Varsha is a square shaped Varsha, and 4 directions there are 4 mountains whose height is 10,000 yojanas. Sun is there surrounding, moving. So how come sun rays can penetrate through 10,000 yojanas of height and enter into it? So in that way it is dark. The whole Jambudvipa is a vast land containing 9 varshas, keeping Meru in the center. It is 1 lakh yojanas in diameter. This is what? Mount Meru, in the center of the Jambudvipa. In comparison to Bhagavatam, they have a little different way of explaining. They want to enter into the more appealing way. Of course, they are not speculating, but they glorify the Lord's wonderful creation. They say, the 4 mountains surrounding Ilavrita Varsha are like this. In Bhagavatam, we had the mountains. One is like this, one is like this, and 2 mountains are like this. Instead, they say like this. Why they say, we'll come to know very soon. The Madhva scholars, Vajra Tirtha and followers. So these are the 2 mountains on either side. These are 2 more mountains. These are the surrounding mountains in Ilavrita. These are the 8 mountains, the 4 mountains, 4 trees, and Kesharachala mountains. Everything is there. This place, Ilavrita Varsha, Lord Shiva himself is there. Why you didn't need light? In Ilavrita Varsha, Lord Shiva himself is there. He will give all the light. You don't need any sun to give light. So in that way. And no, Polsar does not give light. So these are all mountains and all the names. So here, Bhugola Varnam says that, there it said that there is only 1 mountain in boundary mountain of Bhadrashva Varsha, whose length is 31,000 yojanas from here to here. But Bhugola Varnam says that there are 2 more mountains in this area, separating this entire land into 2 more divisions. They are Devakuta and Jatara. So when you add 2 more mountains, what will happen? This is 2,000, this is 2,000. 31 minus 4, 27, divided by 3. And this is 9, this is 9, this is 9. Same way here also, this is 9, this is 9, this is 9. Thus, Bhagavatam stated in one statement, the Jambudvipa has been divided into 9 varshas with a width of 9,000 yojanas. But according to Bhagavatam description, there are at least 2 islands are not 9,000. Because this is 31 by 34, 31 by 34. Though it is 34 by 34, but from Meru to here is 9, Meru to here is 9, Meru to here is 9, Meru to here is 9. Somewhere it is mapping to 9,000. But these 2 are not matching to 9,000. So Vajratirtha says that there are 2 mountains are situated here, which are making it as 9,000. Each part is 9,000. And this description makes it is symmetric in all 4 directions. Bhagavatam is symmetric only in 2 directions. Top to bottom or front to left is symmetric. But here it is symmetric in 4 directions. Here to here, here to here, here to here. Every direction is symmetric. This is the wonderful creation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, according to them. Okay. And one more clue. Whatever mountain names are given in Bhagavatam for these 8 mountains, these 2 mountain names are also given to these 2 mountains, according to this book. And these 2 names are given here. And these 2 names are given here. This is a big mountain. On the corner there are 2 more mountains. They are called Makara and Trishringa. And this is a big Himalayas. These 2 here we had Kailash, where Lord Shiva was residing. And here is Karavira. They are also here Kailash and here Karavira. Here gives an understanding. And the bigger Himalayas, In right side there is Kailash, in the left side there is Karavira. This is the Kailash, which is the actual abode of Lord Shiva, along with Parvati, along with Kartikeya, along with Ganesh, along with Nandi, along with tiger, along with peacock, along with rat, along with all Bhuta Preta Pichashas. They are all actually residing in this Kailash. This is the place where Bhagirath Maharaj went and performed wonderful austerities to please Ganga and also Lord Shiva. This is where Ravana went and wanted to lift the Kailash mountain. Ravana, who was known as Dashagriva, he wanted to lift the Kailash mountain, but Lord Shiva, when he pressed it down, Ravana began to cry, because of which he became known as Ravana. Before that he was actually known as Dashagriva, the 10-headed. So there are some pastimes connected to this. And one more interesting thing, of course, that we will discuss later. So these are like this. So Kailash mountain is actually here also. One Kailash is here, one more Kailash is here. Lord Shiva residing here with all these family members on this Kailash mountain. So this is Bhagavatam picture or Subodhini picture. Then further details. Jambudipa is a basket like in shape. It is circular. It has an altitude of 1 lakh yojanas. The height of Mount Meru is 1 lakh yojanas. Sun, whose orbit is situated at 93 million miles away from our globe, that is Bharatakanda. Hare Krishna. So here it describes about the orbit of sun, whose radius is 93 million miles. Then it talks about the orbit of moon, which is 25, not 25. This is 0.25 million miles away from our globe. Their orbits are almost in line with our equator, with the equator of our earth globe. There is earth globe, we have seen in the previously, in the morning that from Bhagavatam. So when you draw a line of equator, the orbits of sun and moon are all, both of them are in parallel with the line of equator. They are almost in parallel with line of equator. Rahu. No. I have an image to show. Now I am just going through the slide. By the time it comes, then the next slide there is the image. It becomes very clear. So then there is Rahu, which is located 10,000 yojanas below sun, and height wise it is below sun. Orbit wise it is inside moon. The orbit of Rahu is well inside moon. The radius of sun's orbit is 93 million miles. The radius of moon is 0.25 million miles. Then Rahu's radius must be well below 0.25. It can be 0.1, something like that. So then Bhagavatam talks about Udagayana, Dakshinayana and Vishuddhayana. That means Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. For Uttarayana and Dakshinayana to explain, sun should go sometimes below the line of equator, sometimes it go above the line of equator. Then only there is the meaning to Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. If the entire Bhumandala is flat, if a earth globe is located just adjacent to the Bhumandala, where is the possibility for the sun to go below the line of equator? There is no possibility. But if the Bhumandala is like terraced, sun can go above and below. So thus the entire circular earth with the 7 oceans, 7 islands cannot be flat. It should be terraced in structure. Some places are higher, some places are lower. So that's the reason he is explaining all these things. So here you see, this is our earth globe. Clear? This is the orbit of sun, this is the orbit of moon, which are parallel to the line of equator. Okay? Because of this, sun can go sometimes below, sun can go sometimes above. Sun going below is called Dakshinayana, sun going above is called Uttarayana. If the whole earth is, whole Bhumandala is flat, like this, where is the possibility for sun go below? So this explanation can help us to understand Uttarayana and Dakshinayana also. Below and above, that is how the system is made, because of which the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana are happening. We will discuss tomorrow afternoon. Ice Prabhu. This is Earth, this is Moon. No. Which one? Earth, this side. Others, our side, this is at the edge of Jambudvipa. Yeah. But this is, entire thing is not Jambudvipa, this is Bhumandala. Jambudvipa is only small portion in the center. Yeah. It is from the front view. The view in which side the earth is, the thousand side. So in that way, earth comes first. Then, इसका पीछे Mount Meru. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. The, that is now we are not discussing about the light and this thing. We are just discussing about some concept about the terra structure. Some statement is made. Now they are proving it various possibilities. They have said Bhumandala to be terra structure. Whether it is valid or not. If it is not terra structure, what is the problem? If it is terra structure, what is the benefit? That we are discussing now. वो तो बाद में आएगा. Forget about that brightness. Okay, that is also one more advantage of because of this. Yeah. So it is like this. So what you have said, we are going to discuss. That is the future it comes. So I don't want to add now. So these are all same thing. Yeah, here it comes. If we take entire Bhumandala to be flat, if sun is here, I think this is approximately Maharaj shows sun is here. So is there any possibility that when if the entire Bhumandala is flat, that half of the Bhumandala is bright and half of the Bhumandala is dark? His sun is so limited that he cannot give sunlight to a far distant? No, no. The entire Bhumandala should be bright. But because of this arrangement, when sun is here, this side can be dark, as Prabhuji was mentioning rightly. So when sun is here, this side can be dark. When sun goes this side can be dark. So in that way also, the terra shape is also, terra shape is required. If it is flat, we cannot explain day and night also properly for the entire Bhumandala. That is one day. One round is one day. One round. Yes, Prabhu. Which corner? It is here, almost in the center of the Jambudvipa. Okay. Okay. Now we are not discussing about day and night. We are just getting into details. That will come at the end of this presentation. That $1 million question is talking about that only. We will discuss that. Yes. Yeah, that is the main idea. Because of this terra structure, we will be able to explain Uttarayana Dakshinayana phenomena and also day and night all over Bhumandala. Not only on the earth sphere, all the Bhumandala also we need to explain. Na? So that is helpful with this understanding. So now we are coming to the shape of our earth globe. This is what the image of Vedic cosmology video. This is what we have discussed. The structure of Jambudvipa as per Bhugola Varnanam. These are the 9 divisions of Bharatavarsha. The 9th division is earth globe. That is where the earth globe is situated. So now some details they mention. The Bharatakanda, the 9th division, they are referring it as Bharatakanda, which is perked at the southern edge of entire Jambudvipa. Perked means to stick up or to jut out. This is the dictionary meaning of the word perked. To stick up or to jut out. It is not a planet going round the sun, the way we study in our textbooks. The Bharatakanda It is perked at the southern edge of the Jambudipa, and it is not a planet going around the sun. And this concept is substantiated by Sri Anantaramu of Bangalore. This is like one of the old few decades back history. But that time Anantaramu is the one who was working in the geology department, etc. He joined the crew of the first Indian Antarctic expedition. Those set of scientists who went to Antarctica to see what's happening there. He is one among them. He says, what he says? The South Pole region projects downwards like a cone. This Anantaramu, he said that South Pole region projects like a cone. The region has not been surveyed properly. Therefore, it is indeed a flat lie to say that the South Pole region is slightly flat like North Pole region. To say the South Pole is symmetrical to the North Pole is a flat lie, because South Pole projects like a cone. That's what Anantaramu says. So taking a clue from this scientist, so our the recent scholars of Madhvas who translated this Bhugala Varnam into English, it was originally in Sanskrit, so they speak something about this concept. These are the 9 divisions of Bharata Varsha. The 9 divisions we were discussing. Behind 9th division there is Mount Meru, Himalayas, which is about 10,000 yojanas in height. We have said that the 9th division, that is 1,000 yojanas in height or diameter, whatever. So I don't know the actual details. Seeing the images in Google Varana, I made like this. This is 1,000, this is 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. The next one is mountain, which is 10,000. So everything looks like a gradual slope. I just depicted like that. I may be wrong also. But this is how the image is shown in the Google Varana book also. Same, it is mentioned there. So this is like when you see from the front side, it looks like this. So but when you see from the side, this is the 9th one, this is the 8th one. As you go inside, 7th one, like bigger it can be. This is projected downward like a cone. The South Pole is like a cone. It is not flat like North Pole, but it is projected downward like a cone. This is how the connection is made. Like that, the scientist known as Anantaramu says, and recent Madhva scholars support to it, and they are publishing in their books. It is not floating in the air, it is not floating in the water, but it is connected with a solid pillar here. This is a solid ice pillar below. Then how can we accept? Do you think we are less intelligent? So there is a kind of supporting thing. This is the entire world map. Here you see the 7 continents, all the oceans are there. This is what we say generally 7th continent, which is generally made up of ice. So here ice is there, here also ice is there. So here also ice is there, here also ice is there. So there is a possibility of having this like this. Still you are not satisfied, or we are not satisfied. Okay. So in a isometric position it looks like this. This is the 9th one, this is the 8th one, all the divisions. So this is like this. So from the top it looks like this. This is the 9th division. So these are all some images just to show. See any? Yes, Prabhu. Yes, that is also there. We have that also in our mind. One second, whether I should have had that there itself. Here only I put it, I did not explain. These are dotted lines you see, here and here. These are general paths in which the satellites are sent into space, or the airplanes are traveling in the outer space. None of the airplanes are traveling like this. None of the satellites are sent towards South Pole. They are sent either like this, like this, like this, like this, or upper. They are not sent below. None of the satellites are sent below. Yeah. What they see to the telescope when they see downward, They say that this entire thing looks like a cloudy structure. They have named those clouds as Magellanic clouds. They see two set of clouds, that is called as Magellanic clouds. That much only. And some question that can we see the stars? Yes, we can see the stars in this area. Here we can see stars, here in this area we can see stars. But exactly below we may not be able to see stars, because below there is Bhumandala. The entire Jambudvipa and saltwater ocean, everything is there. We cannot see stars below. Here? Here. Here. Yeah, we cannot go na. Tu agame parasparam. We cannot go there. These things are not there in science. These are there in our Vedic literature only. Science has no information about all these things. If there is no information, why do they do exploration? Mars. Oh, that is real Mars. But this is not Mars. Mars is different. I know, you have so many things in mind, but see, we are going step by step. So now, let us go ahead. So, are there any other proofs about this? Yes, Prabhu. Just free space. There is no, below there is water. In between there is just ether. Eternal space. Wait, Prabhu. Sunlight के बारे में बात चिंता मत हो जाओ. थोड़ा रुको. Forget about sunlight and all. Now we are just discussing the position where Earth is located. That much only. Yes, yes. What they want to try? Below. Okay, we'll discuss now. That concept is still yet to be discussed. Any modern day observation to support this, the conical structure which our great scientist Anantaram is saying, any modern day observations, have taken some images from Google and trying to explain based on that. I also don't have much technical information. There are no flight routes that are going from Africa to South Africa, this Australia to South America or Australia to South Africa, going through Antarctica. There are no flight routes. None of the flights have endeavored to go through that area. Initially, the flight routes are started like this. If somebody want to go from South Africa to South America, they have to go here, Middle East, then they have to come here. Now you say, no, now technology has developed. Still, the flight routes are like this. There are no direct flight routes from here to here, here to here. Through, if they go below like this, it could be very close, na? Instead of traveling from here to here, here to here. If you go like this, it will be very close by. So still technology developed. There are flight routes established from here to here and here to here, but not via Antarctica. This gives the summary of last 10 decades or 5-10 decades. 1960 to 1990, the flight routes are only in the North Pole side. Some part of Europe, Asia, Japan, Middle East, they are the major flight routes. Then they are little improved. But even till 2010, there are flight routes established from Australia to South Africa and South America, but they are just touching the border of the Antarctica. They have not gone into the Antarctica. Yes, Prabhu? Here. Which one? This is North Pole, this is South Pole. So only one image of South Pole. So these are the places. Sydney from in Australia, Sydney, Cape Town in Johannesburg or Cape Town in South Africa, and this Aries in South Africa. These are the bottommost airports in that area. There are flights from these places, but none of them going through Antarctica. They are touching the boundary just. Why they are not going through Antarctica? Huh? Okay. But look, at least some might have gone, but they have never came back. So even NASA is also trying to perform so much excavations in Antarctica. They have sent, even people go on excursion to see the Antarctica. They travel from Australia like this, they touch upon the border and they come back. This is the visitors. This is the NASA. NASA has set up so many research centers on the boundary of this entire Antarctica. NASA said did a experiment called balloon experiment. They have sent a balloon. So they have launched the balloon here 1911. It went around and it terminated here. It did not go inside. Even balloon also did not go inside. The very first person who traveled to Antarctica long back when airplanes were not very much prevalent, he traveled in a ship. So he wrote in his book what all he observed. He observed so many big huge columns in the Antarctica area, etc. Later on, people went to Antarctica. They have taken photographs of that entire Antarctica area. They have found this kind of huge columns in the South Pole region. They are like this, icebergs like this. So like that, there are so many things are seen like this, but exactly we don't know about the main conical structure, whether they are seen, able to see, etc. or not, we don't know. These are on one side. These are all there. That's what one sentence came, na? The earth, the Bharatkhanda is not a planet rotating around sun. So now you tell me, the entire Bhumandala is there with Loka mountain, etc. everything. Is it rotating? No. Jambudvipa is a part of entire Bhumandala? Yes? Bharatavarsha is part of Jambudvipa? Bharatkhanda is part of Bharatavarsha? Okay. If entire Bhumandala is not rotating, Jambudvipa will not rotate, Bharatavarsha will not rotate, Bharatkhanda will not. That is all based on relative theory. That we'll discuss tomorrow afternoon. That is philosophically. This is geographically, this is all like this. That is philosophically, because the place is potent from spiritual point of view, spiritual vibrations point of view. But actually center of the universe is Mount Meru, geographically. But on other side, NASA coming up with so many statements saying that Earth is not a spherical, it looks like a pear shape. Sometimes they come up with this kind of diagrams. Sometimes they come up with this kind of diagrams. Sometimes they come up with this kind of diagrams. Like this various diagrams they come up with. Most of the time wrong. But I am not telling whether they are right or wrong, but these are like various statements they make at a different point of time. So I am really sorry. I don't want to take much more time. Maybe around 10 to 15 minutes I will take, so that whatever dilemma is there in our minds can be solved, so that we can sleep peacefully. Otherwise, what exactly is happening around, so many things are this thing. So where is the cone, where is the plane, where is the satellite, everything is there, so many things are there. Just in order to conclude and put a full stop with proper conclusions, so let us take up this topic, which will take about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Don't interrupt me in between. We'll take questions at the end. So let me complete it. Let one go so that it goes. So question is, why Mount Meru, which is 1 lakh yojanas in height? Why bigger Himalayas, which is 10,000 yojanas in height? Why Jambudvipa and the other 8 islands surrounding us and the conical structure below Earth globe are not visible to our human eyes? This is the question. Where are they? Why can't we go there? Solution is simple. Though they are made up of same 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, but the composition is different. Adrusha Dhatava Sarve Samutpanna Jala Adaya. The visible elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, sometimes they take the nature of invisibility. They are called Adrusha. They become Adrusha. They become invisible also. Is there anything in our practical experience? Before going that, the Madhva scholars they say that The question is, will our scientists ever get over the human tendency of succumbing into pride and prejudice in order to know the truth? Will they ever use a little introspection to shift from mere physical to spiritual, pratyaksha to shabda? Will they ever change their observation from physical to spiritual? This is the reverse question they are asking. Let the wise build up a growing community to save the world from the darkness of materialism. The science going into more and more materialism. That is the reason they are saying. Let them hold the torch of spiritual light. Let there be a renaissance of religious culture based on revelations, not just based on pratyaksha or anuman. So now, how to understand this phenomena? Why can't we see them? They say simply adrusha dhatava samutpanna jala adaya. So what is that? This is our day-to-day observation. Water can be seen in three phases: solid, liquid and gaseous form. Solid you can hold and experience. Liquid you try to hold, though it is always trying to flow away. But when it becomes moisture, can you see it? It is same water. At one place you can see and hold it. At one place you can see but you can't hold it. At third place you can't see, can't hold. Same water. This is second one, dust. When it is solid, you can hold. When you add water, it tries to slip away from our arms. When it is dust, can you see and hold? No. Now the interesting thing. Gold, in the material world it is jada. You can make variety of ornaments you can wear and experience joy. But the same gold in the spiritual world it is Chinmay. What do you mean by Chinmay? It can actually experience feelings. It can share its feelings with the Supreme Lord. The golden ornament which is worn by the Supreme Lord can ask the Lord, are you satisfied by wearing me? Are you happy by wearing me? It can interact with Supreme Lord. So how do we understand? This is one example. Lord Krishna can interact with all different variety of living entities. Though we cannot interact, so same way, just to extrapolate the same analogy, in the spiritual world everything is Chinmaya, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. So gold is also Chinmaya in the spiritual world. Then what about heavenly abodes? They are neither Jada nor Chinmaya. They can be somewhere in between. That I am calling it as subtle. One example is, whenever living entities here, as pious souls, whenever they offer prayers to Devatas, Devatas make their appearance. They speak to that person, give some blessing, and they will disappear. For example, here Lord Indra appeared in front of Pandu Maharaj when Kunti prayed for a son. When Indra appeared, did Indra appear just Indra, or he appeared with all the ornaments? He appeared with all the golden ornaments. When he disappeared, what happened to golden ornaments? Disappeared. But if he is Jada, it will not disappear. If it is Chinmay, instead of Indra speaking, the gold only must have spoken. The gold only must have given the benediction to Kunti Maharani. Did these two happen? No. What happened is something similar to Indra. Indra appeared, the golden ornaments appeared. Indra disappeared, the golden ornaments disappeared. Upon his own causeless mercy, he can make the appearance of himself and his ornaments, but not by our adamant nature. When we plead, then they will make their appearance, but not, I want to see. If you ask like that, they will not appear. The same concept, the remaining 8 Varshas of Jambudvipa, or the remaining 8 islands of Bharata Varsha, or the Mount Meru, or the cone below the earth globe, they are all subtle in their nature. Of course, the 8 Varshas are already mentioned as Bhauma Swarga. They are heavenly abodes. The Mount Meru is part of Ilavata Varsha, is also heavenly object, that is heavenly gold, not the material gold. The devotees are always worried about when sun goes behind earth globe, in between Mount Meru is there, will that object the sun rays which are falling on the earth? When that gold is heavenly, why it will block sun rays? It will not block. Though they are existing, From our point of view, they are not existing. Upon their own causeless mercy, they can be shown to us, but not by our willingness to see them. Even though they are there, but they will not be seen by our naked eyes. Only when we attain that eyes to see all those things. This is the example quoted from Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna asked, I want to see that form with which you are entering into this world to maintain this world, then Krishna said that Dadami Divya Chakshu. Lord gave him the eyes of Devatas so that Arjuna can see the form of Devatas. That Vishwarupa is nothing but the combination of all the Devatas, as we were discussing yesterday. So Arjuna only with the eyes of the Devatas could see the form of Devatas. He cannot see with human eyes. So in that way we can understand. When we get the eyes of Devatas, we can able to see Mount Meru and Jambudvipa, everything else we can see. As long as we have human eyes, we cannot see them. Even if you travel in aeroplane, they will not. They are all subtle to aeroplane also. Just like airplane can go through the cloud, they can go through the adjacent 8 islands, but nothing will object the movement of airplane. So in that way we can understand. They are all subtle to our eyes. Then somebody may question, these are very nearby, we are not able to see. But sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, pole star and different variety of stars, they are all very far, very far compared to Mount Meru. Why we are able to see them? The ultimate conclusion is, eventually it comes, those things which are essential for us to perform our day-to-day activities are shown to us. Those things which are not essential for our daily performance of activities, they are not shown to us. We were not given the qualification to see all of them. That is the bottom line understanding. So now further it continues. How to understand it? Okay, this we'll skip. This is not okay. The concept of difference in composition. How it is it? When you take earth element, it is not pure earth element. There could be some moisture is there in the earth element. There could be some warmth. Like that, every element you take, there are 120 parts of that element and 20 parts of other 4 elements are there always. There could be some air also within the earth, some sand particles if you take, something like that. If you take water, within the water there could be some air, some warmth, some minerals, some space, etc. Everything can be there. Like that they explain. So this is how the composition. So then they talk about the creation of the universe. The creation of the universe, they explain that very first the water elements is manifested. First water came from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Then came the ether and air. The top of the water, the top side of the Garbhodak ocean, it became solidified Bhumandala eventually. Like that they explain. This is how the creation happens step by step. So then there is one more question. Are the stars different from sun? As per modern science, they say all the stars are sun. Are they same or different? So one proof of this, Prabhuji was telling about in the morning that light years, etc. The stellar distances versus Vedic distances. The question, they're further posing the question is that we speak of suns and solar systems within the millions of galaxies. The modern science says. Have that scientists found at least one more solar system within our own galaxy? The scientists ever found one more galaxy, one more solar system with all the planets? We also speak of galaxies of different types. Are there any galaxies seen in the southern celestial hemisphere except the 2 Magellanic clouds? Anything seen in the southern hemisphere, southern side of the space? If not, what is beyond there to the south? For the information of scientists, it may be said that the galaxy, according to modern terms, is nothing but a cluster of millions of stars. According to Vedic understanding, it is a cluster of millions of divine vehicles. Whatever stars we see in the night, the modern science, they say that they are all different suns. But Vedic understanding is, they are not different suns. They are vehicles occupied by divine souls. All the pious souls who performed intense piety, all the names of different kings which we read in Bhagavatam 9th canto, after giving up their body, they have ascended to heaven. Every person is given one airplane, self-illuminating airplane. Best example is Chitraketu Maharaj. When he became the king of Vidyadharas, he was given an airplane in which he travelled for 1 lakh years. Before being cursed by Parvati, he travelled in that airplane for 1 lakh years. That airplane, though it was travelling in the outer space, it appears to us like a star. The most of the stars which we see in the outer space, they are nothing but the airplanes given to all the pious souls. They are still travelling in the airplanes here and there. Huh? They appear to be stationary. Sometimes they appear to be moving also. If we observe every day, some stars will be moving from here to there, something like that. So, the Vedic understanding is, the set of stars what we see is nothing but millions of divine vehicles occupied by pious souls. Star-like planets, they are the abodes of Yakshas, Guyakas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Kimpurusha. They are all living in star-like planets. So this is the understanding. So, though in one cluster, they may differ in dimensions. This we will discuss in the next slide. So, is there any proof? I am saying so many things. The Bhugol Varma is saying so many things. Is there any proof from other literature? Mahabharata talks about this proof. These are like cut out from Mahabharata, as it is the translations mentioned there. This description comes when Arjuna was ascending to Svarga during the Vanavas episode. Arjuna pleased Lord Shiva. He got Pashupatasra. Then the 4 Lokapalas come. Indra requests him to come to heaven. Then the chariot of Indra personally comes down. Matali the driver. So Arjuna was travelling in that chariot. He was going to Svarga. While he was going to Svarga, he happened to see so many stars as different set of chariots occupied by wonderful souls. Then Arjuna asks, what are these? Then Matali is explaining to Arjuna. This is what it is. He means Arjuna. He espised, that means he saw thousands of chariots of wondrous make. There did not shine the sun, the moon, or the fire. Natat bhashayate shuryo na shishanko na pavaka, etc. Something like that. He has seen the different chariots which are self-illuminating. There is no sun, no moon shining. But it blazed in its own light, begotten of virtue and ascetic merit. And those brilliant regions that are seen from the earth in the form of stars. Arjuna is seeing them very close quarters, but we are seeing here like stars from here. Like lamps, too small on account of the distance, though very large, were seen in their own spheres. Arjuna is seeing them as big, but we are seeing them as small lamps. By the son of Pandu, full of beauty and brilliance and shining in their native splendor. There, he means Arjuna saw royal sages of accomplished piety, heroes who had been slain in the battle. Those who are killed in the war, those Brahmanas who performed austerities, they attained the position in the heavenly planets, living in the stars. Then further, and those who had obtained heaven by their devout penance, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Gandharvas, shining in effulgences, like the sun, and also Guyakas, Rishis, and various Apsaras, beholding those self-effulgent regions, Falguni, stricken with wonder.